of a new season at Craven Cottage. Black and white everywhere you look, apart from the corner where the Manchester United fans are in the Putney end with their red, white and black flags. And Clinton Morrison looking to our left. I can see all of the various members in their suits and frocks who are taking their seats in the top tier of the cottage itself, behind the white painted wrought iron railings on the top tier, sitting down on those wooden seats, exactly the same as the wooden seats we sit on here in the Johnny Haynes stand, looking out as the sun comes out on Craven Cottage by the banks of the River Thames.
Yeah, it's some stadium, to be fair. The new stadium is across there. One day, hopefully we'll be sitting in it, John.
Do you think so?
Well, I'll have to make a phone call.
Well, if anyone I know can make a phone call, it's the man who handed over the Community Shield a couple of weeks ago.
I knew that was coming. It was a special day, that was.
Well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And hopefully this will also be a special day. The clubs that finished 11th and 15th in the Premier League last season, but the smoke, we can smell it in our nostrils, and the Fulham players have peeled away to the right. They're all in white today, Manchester United, who came walking out in very heavy-looking red hoodies, but they've got rid of them very quickly on what is a warm afternoon here. Red shirts, black shorts and black socks, and both teams looking for their first win of the season. Indeed, Manchester United looking for their first goal and first point.
Yeah, they were positive last week from Man United, but they've got to take it on to this week and be more clinical in that final third and not make mistakes at the back. As for Fulham, obviously Fulham got their first point last week against Brighton, which was a good finish from Menez, who gets his start today. So this will be an interesting game. It always is good when you're coming to Craven Cottage.
Yes, it is. And Manchester United, who in recent times have got a very, very good record here. They've actually won their last 8 Premier League matches here. The last time Fulham won at home against Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager. And in actual fact, it was the same month that Max Dowman was born, December 2009.
I heard you talking about that. You're making me feel old.
I know, well, he made us all feel old.
Wow.
Yes, if you're listening, Max, you should be ashamed of yourself.
But you're some player, by the way.
Well, very much so. Yeah, we enjoyed that yesterday. That Fulham Manchester United ready to start. Fulham with Leno in goal, the captain. Then Tete, Anderson, Bassi and Castagna across the back. Although I'm just looking here, Sessegnon is actually lined up on the left-hand side, and Castagna is over there.
Do you know what they're playing,
on the right?
John?
So they are playing three central defenders, aren't they? Fulham attacking, Awobi with the cross, but that's straight into the crowd.
You're right, John. Tete, Anderson, Bassi as a free. They're matching up Man United. Castagna as a right wing back, Sessegnon as a left wing back.
Yeah, well, they did.
So they threw a curveball, John, because
in
the warm-up we saw them with a back four, don't you? Yes.
Well, as we said a couple of times this season, that is increasingly happening.
Yep.
The team, and to be honest, I've wondered why on earth it's taken this long. When they line up in the warm-up, now finally teams are actually throwing a few red herrings in, and that's exactly what Marco Silva's done today. So Fulham playing with the 3 central defenders. So Castagna is the right wing back, Sessegnon is the left wing back, as Fulham win a... Well, I thought that was going to be a foul from Chris Kavanagh, but he's not given it, and Fulham are able to play the ball back to goalkeeper Leno. So Tete is playing as the right-sided of the 3, then Anderson, Bassi, and then in midfield Berger and Lukic with Josh King, this exciting 18-year-old who's on the ball now, the number 24, but he's actually given it away to Bruno Fernandes as the World Service listeners join us with Manchester United on the attack, and a shot from Cunha that flies over the top of the crossbar. Leno actually threw a hand up in the air, and I wondered for a moment there whether he'd flicked his fingertips, but referee Kavanagh says no. It is Fulham 0, Manchester United 0, and a goal kick to the home side. Yeah,
you're right. It was a bit of a sloppy pass from the youngster King. A good play from Bruno. Leno knew it wasn't going over because he kind of put his hand up in the air and then waved it away. So yeah, it was a good strike from Cunha, but not a good start from the youngster, but he is a good player.
So Alex Awobi and Menez kind of playing as almost a front 2, aren't they?
Yeah, you're right, they are. That's why I'm surprised Johnny would not have played Jimenez there like that.
And Manchester United though on the attack with their left wing back. Dorgu crosses it, Mount. Lovely touch from him. Cunha with a shot. It hits the post. It stays out. Still a chance. Amagello with a shot, but that's blocked bounces away up into the air. Manchester United have just hit the post with that shot from Cunha. Have to confess, I thought it was in, and now they've won it back again. It will be lost possession, straight through the middle, down goes Mbomo. Referee Kavanagh's not interested in that. Challenge on him on the edge of the area, but the ball had gone through to goalkeeper Leno, who picked it up.
They're exciting going forward. We've said that many a times. It's good play from Dogu down the left-hand side. He cuts it back. Good little touch to Cunha. Cunha's unlucky. Side foot, he just tries to caress it into that far corner. He's so unlucky, it hits the post.
Well, after last week against Arsenal, when they failed to score, but had 22 attempts on goal, 7 of them on target, they're already off. You would think, surely, if they have those sort of opportunities this week, the goals would come, you would think. So that's the Fulham team. If you haven't heard, if you have just joined us for the commentary, Ruben Amorim, some big decisions again today, as per last week. He is stuck with the goalkeeper, Altay Bayinda, even though Andrea Nana is fit, and Nana is the substitute goalkeeper. Bayinda starts the match. 3 central defenders, Yoro, De Ligt and Shaw, as per last week. Amad Diallo coming in as the right wing-back for Dallo, who's on the bench, and Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and Dogu, as you've heard, the left wing-back. And then that front line as per last week. So Sesko again on the substitutes bench, which means that it's Mbomo and Mount either side of Cunha. So Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. Sitting next to me again, as you were at Old Trafford last weekend, Clinton Morrison, Premier League goal scorer, Republic of Ireland international, went to the World Cup, as we're watching Luke Shaw just playing the ball back into his own half to De Ligt, who was, I thought, impressive last week, one of the impressive performers.
Yeah, he was.
Long pass from him downfield. Dogu on the chase. It's bounced beyond the Fulham back line. Dogu tries to pull it across, but gets it all wrong at pace, trying to volley it as it's sat up and just hits it into the outside netting nearest to him.
They don't look comfortable in a free, Fulham, at the moment. Tete, it's not his natural position to play as a third centre-half, and Dogu's just getting in there. They're trying to settle it down now, because they need to settle it down, because Man United's 1 and 2 touch. They just left off where they took off where they left off last weekend, John. They've been outstanding so far.
They have, which is encouraging for Manchester United supporters. They're here in great number. They're travelling followers. They're absolutely packed into what, about a third of the Putney end. Lots of their flags are draped across one corner. I see another one with the familiar message, particularly among the away supporters: we want our club back. And it's them you can hear at the moment, hands above their heads, clapping away and singing their songs. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. So this is 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC. Listen as well via the BBC Sounds app. Here's Alex Iwobi, who's been put under pressure, but then plays it back to Bassi, who played as the left back last week against Brighton, but now in his more familiar role as central defender. Fulham's supporters player of the season last season, Calvin Bassi. And now Tete back to Joachim Andersen, who begins to walk it forward. Iwobi comes very deep to receive this and then turns and faces the action. Iwobi wants movement ahead of him, it's not there, so he just plays it, and Fulham keeping possession. Berger, the tall Norwegian midfielder, then back to Andersen, all the way back to goalkeeper Leno in front of the Hammersmith end. Pass from Berger back to Leno, who has to play it out to Bassi, who's in the full-back position, and Iwobi's come deep. Fulham playing it out from the back, but still in their own defensive third. Sure-footed play from Fulham, but it still makes me nervous for them, I have to say, as it goes up to Muniz, who's challenged from behind by De Ligt. The home supporters asking why that wasn't a free kick from the Dutchman's challenge in the back of Muniz, but referee Kavanagh says no, and Manchester United now back in possession.
It's a foul. It's poor refereeing from Kavanagh. I know he played it up to his throat, but there's contact from De Ligt, so he should be given that. You can understand why the fans and the players are frustrated.
So Manchester United with Euro. Our position here low down in the Johnny Haynes stand. It is unique, this place, as Iwobi has just gone down. Whether those are coming together with Mbomo or... Bassi has gone down. They're coming together with Mbomo, and he's lying on his back, Clinton.
Yeah, I think Mbomo, he's just trying to shield the ball, and it's just a little finger. He just does that and catches him in the eye.
In the eye.
Yeah.
Finger in the eye, which is nasty.
It is so.
You don't like that.
Yes, exactly.
So it'll take him a moment or two to recover from that. So this, our 6th commentary match of the weekend on 5 Live or Sports Extra. Earlier, you might have been listening to one or the other, and and Calvin Bassey has now got to his feet. Is Chris Kavanagh saying he's going to have to leave the field? And I think he's saying that I haven't received treatment.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Surely you've got... did these referees change the law?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or make it up as they go along? Because I've never heard of that, unless the physio comes onto the pitch.
Well, he didn't receive treatment.
No.
Now, that's an odd one. I'm going to need somebody to explain that one to me. And I think probably Calvin Bassey is as well, as he walks towards us here, shaking his head. And he's gone across to the assistant referee, who is Neil Davis, and Neil Davis is now speaking to him, and the referee's dropped the ball and given it back to Manchester United, and Bassey wants to be back onto the field. The referee says not yet. Euros, so Manchester United playing against 10 men. Casemiro does well, plays it forward as quickly as possible. He's overhit that all the way through. Still they're not letting Bassey back onto the field. Surely that's 30 seconds now.
Hey, Bassey's run all the way
now
out. Yeah.
He's back on, Clinton.
It makes no sense. What do you get out of that?
What on earth?
Listen, we don't like to criticise referees, but sometimes make a run for their own back sometimes when they do stuff like that, John. It's needless.
That needed what you would call
common sense.
Common sense.
Only a
Took
few of
the
us
words
have that, John.
out of my mouth.
Only a few of us have that.
Fulham 0, Manchester United 0.
I'm not one of them.
I'm saying nothing.
That means you agree with me. I like
of course
it.
I do. Earlier, we brought you all of the sights and the sounds of the first day in the Premier League for Everton's new stadium. If you're leaving the ground, by the way, if you've got the BBC Sounds app, you can go back and listen to it all again, see what it sounded like on 5 Live with Vicky Sparks and Pat Nevin. Jack Grealish playing a big part in that. Everton winning 2-0 against Brighton. We're hoping to hear from Jack Grealish later on in the programme. And Crystal Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 1 was on Sports Extra. Manchester United coming forward with Mbeumo just being booed for the finger in the eye on Bassey. I'm sure he's entirely innocent. And then Amad Diallo slides in and the ball's off him behind for a goal kick.
Or John, ex-Brentford.
And of course ex-Brentford.
That's probably why they're booing it. It can't be because he flicked him in his eye. It was totally accidental.
That lesser heralded modern rivalry.
Yeah.
Fulham and Brentford.
Exactly.
Yes. Normally when I think of Fulham, I think of Chelsea, but of course Brentford now. As Cunha plays it up, that's sharp. Mount, nice as well. Bruno Fernandes with the shot. Leno goes down, pushes it wide of the penalty area, wide of the goal. And Castagna was quickly back in there, the Belgian international, to clear it away and out for a throw into Manchester United, and they take a quick one, and then a free kick is given Fulham's way. The cheers from the home supporters for the challenge on Castagna. So Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. 10 minutes played here, a little bit stop-start, but Cunha hitting the post with that shot from an angle near the edge of the penalty area. Leno was beaten, but it hit the post, came back out into the penalty area as Bassey brings it forward, and Casemiro comes in, and that is given as a free kick to Bassey. And Casemiro is saying,
5 minutes, has he, John? Kavanagh's not had his best 5 minutes, has he?
No, he was better in the Community Shield.
Yes, he was much better.
Yes. Presumably you shook his hand.
Yes, I did.
When you were being introduced to the players before the match.
I knew that was coming.
I have to say, that was, presenting the trophy was one thing, and that was a surprise. And
but shaking hands was something else.
Presenting a trophy at Wembley, that gets you into the same bracket as Princess Diana and Margaret Thatcher.
No, let's not go there.
Castagna back towards the halfway line. Tete, then back to Anderson, who plays it all the way back towards the edge of the penalty area. 2 Super League matches are being played this afternoon. They were both 3 o'clock kickoffs. What's happening at Wigan with you, Matt Newsom?
Wigan 34-2 up on Wakefield here. They've withdrawn Bevan French. He's done all the damage for Wigan so far this afternoon. His latest effort was to create a try for Zach Eckersley, his second of the afternoon. Wigan in complete control. Wigan 34, Wakefield 2.
And it is Huddersfield 14, Warrington 10. 0-0 here. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. So Everton winners, draw between Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. We will have more reaction from those matches at half-time, as I mentioned. Also St Mirren 1, Rangers 1. And we've already heard from Russell Martin on the programme. Manchester United, Dorgu, they lose possession. Fulham have got it back, but go all the way back towards the halfway line. And Berger plays it square, then through. Josh King is in, and his shot. Bayindir was out very quickly there to narrow the angle. Stuck out a left leg, the Turkish goalkeeper, and he's made his first save of the match. And he'll feel a lot better after that King was in.
Yeah, Bayindir did. It was a good save. You know what the youngster could have done? It's a great run from King. Good ball. Maybe he could have because Bayindir come out so quick. Could he have gone round him? But really good goalkeeping. Great run.
As Bassi swirls one into the Manchester United box, Bayindir comes and catches it, allows it to drop into his midriff actually, and Muniz was there to challenge him, but he held on well. And it was very much a talking point whether Bayindir would keep his place. But I sat in on the Ruben Amorim press conference after the match at Old Trafford last weekend, when he was eventually forced to say that he was happy with his 3 goalkeepers, which he did last Sunday afternoon. And he also did point out that when Bayindir let in a similar goal at Tottenham in the League Cup last season, remember when Son swung it in under the crossbar, he made the point, he said in his next match, Bayindir, when he played in the FA Cup against Arsenal at the Emirates, he had an outstanding match. Long ball downfield, Kunda takes it down, and the shot, it's been touched wide. That's a super save by Leno. Point blank range. The Fulham captain threw out his left hand and has deflected it wide. That seemed for all the world that Cunha would score that. Very route one from the goalkeeper, right down the middle. What a save from Leno.
And that's why you were surprised, John, because you thought he totally missed that, because it was a brilliant touch from Cunha.
What a takedown.
What a touch. And you know what? He should probably have 2 goals by now. What a save from Leno. He'll be disappointed he's not converted that. But the touch from Cunha is outstanding.
Super save. Save of the season so far.
Yes.
Arguably. Corner. And Mbeumo takes it in. That's firmly headed away at the near post. Comes back to Mbeumo, who's in an offside position, so it's a free kick to Manchester United. But Ruben Amorim sitting over there, or in fact he's on his feet now. He must be thinking, what have we got to do to score this season? But Cunha's already hit the post and had that one kept out superbly.
Oh, it's a great save, watching it again. He's got to score, but the save from Leno's fantastic. One ball shouldn't be able to beat the whole of Fulham's back line either. It's poor, but the save from Leno's outstanding. What a save that is.
Oh, you say that, Clinton, he's got to score, but he's done everything right, hasn't he?
Yeah, but put it in the back of the net.
Okay.
But you are right. I think the touch and the strike is fantastic. But yeah, everyone will say he's got to score, but Leno, it's a brilliant save.
Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. Then, as a result, Amagello dispossessed. Now Sessegnon takes it on forward for Fulham into the box. Still going. Amagello recovers well and actually throws himself into the path of the intended cross from Sessegnon and blocks it behind for Fulham corner. Absolutely typical. That moment there and the reaction from the Fulham crowd of what can happen here at Craven Cottage.
Yeah, definitely. It was good high pressure from Sessegnon, but credit to Amagello. He gets back and makes a good block, but good play from Sessegnon.
Got a choice of listening right now. Our first commentary of the year from the US Open tennis is on Sports Extra right now. Emma Raducanu in action. I'll tell you what's happening in a moment. Fulham have got this corner from the left-hand side, so their first set piece. Remember, Manchester United conceding from the corner last week. In it goes to the near post, headed away, comes out there. It will be with a shot, and Bayindir, who must have been unsighted, he was late down to that. He did get there, diving down, pushing it away, virtually on the goal line. Bruno Fernandes couldn't keep it in. It's another corner. Yeah,
it's another good save because he's coming through bodies. It's great technique from Iwobi on the edge of the box. He watches it in, but it's a really good save because it's coming late, and you do what good goalkeepers do, you push it to safety.
My surprise there, Clinton, is that Lukic, who's taking the corners, didn't drop this right under the crossbar. It was delivered to the near post.
Yeah, you're right.
Put pressure on Bayindir. Here it goes. That's more like it, to the back post, and it's headed wide by Bassi in amongst the crowd of players. He's saying that it took a deflection off a Manchester United body, that goal kick given.
And he's in no man's line again, Bayindir. He comes and they don't know where he's coming. It was Bassi at the back post, so you're thinking if he could get a firmer header, it would make it 1-0 because he's coming to traffic, and they've got a player on him again, it's Sander Berg. How have they not learned from last week when we were speaking to Joe Hart? Get a defender in front of him so he's got enough room to come and punch the ball.
Well, it's been an eventful first quarter of an hour or so, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been really exciting.
Bayindir's now made 2 decent saves. at one end. Actually, it was his pass right through the middle, over the top, through the middle of the Fulham defence that led to Cunha, and that excellent save from Leno, and Cunha's hit the post. So all action. And I can tell you that Emma Raducanu has won the first set, 6-1 of her first round match at the US Open. So that is live from New York right now on Sports Extra, and further choice of listening, Sports Extra 2, Sports Extra 3, which you can only listen to via the BBC Sounds app. The cricket is on there, commentary from the 100, and lots of matches as well in some very unusual locations, the One Day Cup matches, and we are offering commentary on those matches as well via the cricket pages of the BBC Sport website. All of those matches, you'll just look for the to click on the live action. South Africa have beaten Brazil 66-6 in the Women's Rugby Union World Cup after the earlier win for Ireland over Japan that we were telling you about. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. Sun coming out again, beautiful warm afternoon. I walked along the river, or part of the river, a little earlier with Gary Flintoff, our producer. There were a few ducks, a few yachts.
Did you feed the ducks?
No, I didn't feed the ducks.
Okay.
I don't know if you're supposed to do that.
I think you are allowed.
Are you?
Yeah, in London.
It was very, very pleasant.
It is pleasant round here.
Yeah.
This is a nice part to live in, part West London.
It
really
certainly
nice.
is. You need a pretty penny.
Yes, you do.
If
you most definitely do. It's not cheap round here, John.
It is not. Here's Castagna now down the right-hand side, but in comes the challenge, and it's put out of play by Luke Shaw. They take a quick throw, Fulham, and the ball is crossed. Actually, it's deflected behind by Delict. It was Lukic who was in there, the Serbia international, who, all being well, we'll see him in Belgrade at the start of next month, playing against England. Thomas Tuchel names his squad on Friday. We'll hear from him on Friday on 5 Live. I'm not sure if he's here, but he'll be at one of these matches this afternoon. He was at Brentford yesterday, so there's every chance he might be at Fulham today. But it's a corner to Fulham then. This will be an out swinger to be taken by Lukic again. So up he comes. Curls it to the near post. It's headed down and away by Cunha. Back to Lukic, who lifts it across, a high ball just hanging in the air. Muniz goes for it, headed away though, and then cleared away on the volley by Amad Diallo. And Brian Mbeumo in the centre circle, tangling with Josh King. It bounces forward for Tottenham. Castagna wasn't able to find a teammate, and then Bruno Fernandes goes down. Free kick is given, even though Manchester United were playing it through the middle. And the referee has brought it back when Patrick Dorgu was onto it beyond the centre circle.
Yeah, you just got to let it go. I know Bruno Fernandes was moaning.
Bruno Fernandes long and forward, but Leno is right out to the edge of his penalty area to catch it ahead of Mbeumo. If you've just switched onto us on 5 Live of the World Service, Sesko on the substitutes bench again. We saw the last half hour, didn't we, last week, when he came on and was quiet. And has missed pre-season, part of the pre-season, we know that. So Ruben Amorim is biding his time with Sesko. Here's Sessegnon on the left-hand side. He's got Iwobi with him. Iwobi curls it into the Manchester United box, too close to Bayinda, who's able to catch that quite comfortably, even though Lukic is bearing down on it.
You know the thing you watch with Fulham is because they ain't got no one naturally on that right-hand side. Lukic is doing a job. He's not naturally an attacker. He wants to play in centre midfield. I was surprised he probably didn't play someone like a Smith Rowe, but maybe he wants to be more solid in midfield when they don't have possession.
Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. Manchester United did the double over Fulham last season, 2 1-0 wins, home and away. But if you remember, Fulham knocked Manchester United out of the FA Cup in the penalty shootout at Old Trafford in the 5th round when Anthony Robinson scored the deciding penalty, and he is on the bench for Fulham, Anthony Robinson, which is good news for Fulham, of course, after a knee injury. Yoro plays the ball back to Bayinda on the edge of the 6-yard area. 6:06 will follow on 5 Live later. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton back together, as is the case now this season on a Sunday night. Top of the table, Robbie Savage.
I was about to say, he must be a nightmare to work with when he's winning.
Do you think so?
Nah, yeah, because I know what he's like. We were on a few weeks ago, and he come onto the show giving it, and they hadn't won, and now they've won at the top of the table. He'll be giving it even more.
Do you think so? Yes.
I hope Chris puts him in his place. But now, fair play to Robbie. He started ever so well. Good luck to Forest Green.
Excellent start. Cunha pulled back in the centre circle. Free kick to Manchester United. Here's Mbeumo on the right-hand side again. And in comes Bassey with a challenge as well. And it bounces away out of play off the former Brentford man for a throw-in to Fulham, level with the edge of their own penalty area. 0-0 if you've just joined us. Clinton Morrison sitting alongside me. I notice Forest Green are actually playing tomorrow as well, aren't they? On Bank Holiday Monday against Eastleigh. As the ball is cleared away by Iwobi, then headed forward by Dorgu. It's hanging in the penalty area, and Mbeumo takes it down. He very nearly got past Bassey there, who just got a foot in and then takes it out. Tried to play it out for a throw, but he's conceded a throw. Amad Diallo is going to take this. Wasn't sure, Clinton, today whether it would be Dallo again or whether Amad Diallo would come in. You know, he was very impressive, wasn't he, at Old Trafford when he came on, the Ivory Coast international. And here he is, fleet of foot, quite a slender, frail-looking little figure, Diallo. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Those rumours about Bruno Fernandes and Saudi Arabia won't go away, will they?
No, it was El Hilal first, and now it's El Etihad who want him, so they won't go away. But Man United want the window to shut. They want to bring a few players in, but they don't want to lose their best player.
Yeah. De Ligt with the ball halfway inside his own half. Plays it across here to another of the teenagers. I feel like there's been teenagers everywhere I've looked this weekend, after Max Dowman yesterday and Waneri and Lewis Skelly, and now I'm really looking forward to seeing Josh King today. And remember, this is only his 13th senior competitive appearance for Fulham, and in an important part of the field, the number 24, another one from Kingston upon Thames. That's where he was born, just like Luke Shaw, who's on the ball now. Declan Rice, the Kingston upon Thames set.
And some good nights out there in
Have
Kingston.
you?
Yeah, Kingston's nice. Really good, yeah.
I think I've ever had a night out in Kingston.
Right, very good.
Ball forward from Casemiro, long downfield.
I didn't know Luke Shaw was from Kingston.
That's
though.
where he was born.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I didn't know he was born there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, yeah. Ball is with Leno at the moment, with the ball at his feet. So 0-0. Sun just disappears for a moment or two. Thicker bank of cloud above the stand on the opposite side of the ground, where they sell the cocktails. Not on this side of the ground, though, as we've discovered today. Here is Iwobi playing it over the top to the edge of the area. Dorgu's able to head it away. Iwobi's onto this, steers it out to Castagna, keeps it in. Castagna, his first start of the season, and then across it comes. King now, 25 yards out. Right foot shot straight into the back of Casemiro, who got himself in the right place. He has done for the umpteenth time in his career. Did threaten there, chance for King.
Yeah, he looks the most likely at the moment, him and Iwobi. As I said, with Lukic, it's not natural for him with his attacking. He's more of a midfielder that wants to sit on there, but he's doing a good job for the team.
Yeah, yet to score his first goal in a Fulham shirt, in a competitive match. He did actually score pre-season. Here's Castagna on the right. His cross into the area, Muniz got a touch to that, out of the box. Iwobi, then to Sessegnon. Sessegnon low and across, but an outstretched leg of Yorrell had to bring that down, and he did actually very well with those fine dreadlocks of his flailing all over the place, but excellently done. Took it down and cleared it away, and then Mbeumo was fouled by Iwobi, and it's a free kick to Manchester United.
Yeah, it was good play. It was good one and touch through play. Good ball in from Castagna, and Iwobi picked the right pass to Sessegnon, but good defending from young Yorrell, who had a good game last week as well.
And he did. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. Fulham, who ended up with 54 points last season. This ball is played over the top for Shaw, and that's headed away by Tete. Huddersfield now 23-10 up on Warrington, and that is it. That's the full-time whistle. So Huddersfield have won 23-10. We'll get the Wigan news shortly when that match is over from Matt Newsom. But here's Amad Diallo on the halfway line, just over on our side of the field. On this, I mean, it looks absolutely pristine, this playing surface that they're on. Here is Cunha, already hit the post and had a goal-bound effort saved by Leno, the new Manchester United number 10, the Brazilian international. As Amad Diallo just feels Sessegnon, the contact from him, goes down and wins the free kick. So Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. Let's get an update on how Emma Raducanu is doing at the US Open from Katie Smith.
A brilliant start from the former champion here from 2021. She won the opening set by 6-1 against the world number 128, Ina Shibahara of Japan, and she now has a double break in the second set. She leads by 3-0.
Yeah, and commentary right now on Sports Extra, and indeed for the next fortnight after the excellent Wimbledon coverage. I hope you heard it. You know, do listen out for that Sports Extra 5 Live, wherever it is, over the next couple of weeks. Bruno Fernandes playing it out to the left-hand side, but he's got too much on that. Straight out of play for a throw to Fulham, which is cheered by the home supporters. And what is the full-time news at Wigan with you, Matt Newsom?
Yeah, Wigan have really quite convincingly gone back to outright second in the Super League table. 44-2 winners against Wakefield. 8 tries, 1 for the returning Bevan French. He had his fingerprints all over everything. 2 for Zach Eckersley as well. Jay Field also chiming in. So a really confident win for Wigan. They look back to their best. For Wakefield, well, they'll be heartened by that Huddersfield score. It's about the only good thing to come out of today for them. They were well and truly beaten. Wigan, the full-time score, 44-2 winners against Wakefield.
Thank you, Matt. Also, the action is over at the British Masters Golf after an eventful final day. I'll go to Ian Carter in a moment, but Manchester United actually go back into their own half. So what's the news, Ian?
Alex Noren has won, the 43-year-old who's come back from serious injury. 11th European Tour win with a closing 67, a stressful bogey to get the job done. He has won it by 1 shot. Matt Fitzpatrick fell back to 10 under. Alex Noren, the champion here.
Thank you, Ian. And Ian's going to be busy the next couple of weeks. Lots of Ryder Cup announcements, confirmations, teams, etc., etc. So Ian will have the news on that, and he'll probably be busy tonight as well as Tommy Fleetwood attempts again to win in the United States. He will start the joint leader in the Tour Championship with Patrick Cantlay, so we'll keep you up to date on that during the course of the evening on 5 Live. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0 here, almost half an hour played. A very eventful first 15 minutes. It's been rather more even, Clinton Morrison, hasn't it, over the course of the last 5 minutes or so, as Manchester United win themselves a throw-in on the far side.
Yeah, it has, but I feel Fulham have a problem on that, right? Because Castagna, it's a hard one as a wing-back, because he's in it for his defensive duties, but when they're trying to get forward, he's struggling to get forward and create anything.
Yes, I've seen him as a wing-back before,
yes,
but he's generally more
defensive.
He'll generally be a right-back.
Yeah, you're right.
As, I can tell you as well, a couple of results in the one-day cup. Essex have beaten Gloucestershire by 130 runs, and Middlesex have won by 4 wickets against Northamptonshire. Long clearance from Bayinda downfield. They've tried that time and again, poorly defended but by Anderson, who gave it away to United, but Bassi was in position to cut out the attempted pass forward by Mount. It's been quite quiet, actually, Mason Mount, unlike last week in the early stages. And then Mount again into the challenge with Tete, and then Mount fouls Tete, and that's a free kick to Fulham, halfway inside their own half. I wonder whether Mason Mount is in Thomas Tuchel's thoughts for the England squad. You know, he knows him very well, and I'm told. But last week at Old Trafford, Thomas Tuchel was in the tunnel after the match speaking to the England players, and Mason Mount was there. So we'll see. What do you think?
Yeah, I still feel he
bit early.
A bit early. I think he needs a run of games before he can get back into the England reckoning. But it was positive signs last week. He's been quiet this week so far. Yeah,
and remember, he was one of Thomas Tuchel's Champions League winners in his Chelsea days. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0, and Manchester United, who've won their last 8 Premier League away matches against Fulham. And actually potential club history today, because Manchester United have never won 9 consecutive away league matches against any opponent. But it's 0-0, should be ahead Manchester United, although Fulham will say they could have scored a goal or 2 as well, as Anderson plays it out to Castagna, then infield towards Lukic, back out again, but the pass was heavy, straight out of play. Groans from the home supporters over there in the narrow strip of seats that there is at the bottom of the new Riverside stand, and then that huge top tier which is steeply banked, the director's box up there. Ball's played over the top for Manchester United, for Fulham, but it bounces straight through to Bayinda, and we can't quite see the right at the top have you been up there yet, Clinton, to the top of the stand?
Is there a swimming pool there?
That's where they've supposedly
Why would
got
I
the swimming.
be there?
Well, and apparently the views up there are absolutely sensational.
Well, we need to make that happen, John.
Yes.
We do need to. Can you imagine us doing commentary from up there?
Well, no. What, by the pool?
Yeah, it's literally.
With one of those cocktails?
Yeah.
Or mocktail in your
Mocktails,
case?
yes, exactly.
Here's Shaw, back to the halfway line. Shaw playing it forward. Nice flick from Mount. Bruno Fernandes into the penalty area, taking on Anderson, gets the ball across. But Bassi is able to position himself in the right place to side-foot it away out for a corner to Manchester United.
Yeah, it was good play from Bruno Fernandes. He leaves Joachim Anderson. It's a good ball in, but if he doesn't defend that Bassi, I think Cunha's got a tap in. It's good play from Bruno. Good defending from Calvin Bassi.
Yep, well played. But well played as well by Mount with his pass through for Bruno Fernandes. Or Brun Fernandes, as he calls him when they show us the correct pronunciations. Here he is, taking the corner, back to the back post. A couple of Fulham players go down in the box. Whistle's not gone. It was headed back across goal and then further away in the end by Sessegnon. Back in from Bruno Fernandes, but headed away by Anderson. That was an excellent ball from Bruno Fernandes. That could easily have caused Fulham problems. And then across comes Castagna to take it away from Burmo. And Castagna plays it across his back line to Tete. And then Alex Iwobi keeps possession. Gives it to Lukic. Now Berger. But the pass from Berger is behind Sessegnon, who has to slam the brakes on. But he keeps possession. Lukic then to Iwobi. This is good from Fulham, but Manchester United are back in position now, almost dropping into the back five as we look at them across the edge of their own penalty area. Still Fulham in possession though. Sessegnon taking on Amad Diallo, but he kind of signposted that, didn't he? And Amad Diallo was able to say thank you very much and take the ball away from him.
Yeah, he didn't move it. He just kind of, his body shape said he's going to go on the outside. It was good defending from Diallo. See, Fulham don't have enough creative players on the pitch for me at the moment, and you can understand why Marco Silva has, but they're not creating enough chances apart from King in that midfield. He's the most likely at the moment to create from Muniz up front.
It remains 0-0, so Manchester United still looking for their first goal of the new Premier League season. Dorgu is adjudged to have been fouled from Castagna. There's anger from the home supporters, but I think he had a case there. It is given as a free kick over on that far side of the ground, the Riverside stand, but they also call it the Fulham Pier is what they call the whole development over there. And now
they're checking for a penalty.
VAR are looking at a potential Manchester United penalty, and referee Kavanagh's already been called across.
Calvin Bassi throws Mason Mount to the ground.
Well, this is going to be a penalty.
Yeah.
Because the video assistant referee, Darren England, has had a look at the pictures and remember saying there were bodies that went to ground all together in a heap. And you reckon, well, you've obviously seen it, Clinton.
No, I'm not sure, but you watch it here, John. So
Bassi on Mount, you think?
Yeah, Mount's holding him. So he's just thrown him to the ground, Bassi, and then that's how it is. It's not the one after that, because you can see they're grappling each other. Yeah. Mount's holding him, and then he just swings him and throws him to the floor.
And it was the corner was played by Bruno Fernandes right towards the far side of the penalty area.
Yeah.
That's where the ball was going. You know, is there a case for the foul on Shaw as well?
Yeah.
Because two Fulham players and Shaw and Mount both go down in a heap together. But I mean, Mount is absolutely, and this is like Mason Mount who was involved in the contentious goal that Arsenal scored last weekend.
I've seen that many a times in the box, though. I have seen that. Mount's grappling Bassi. Bassi just throws him off, but the way Mount went down, it was like it was a wrestling move from Bassi. So he does have to be. If they're sending him over there, you know what's going to happen, isn't it, John?
Here he comes, Chris Kavanagh, and he is saying, and he said, there is the rectangle. We'll have the announcement as well. I think. Here we go.
Fulham number 3 pulls Manchester player to the ground. Final decision, penalty kick.
And there we are, Chris Kavanagh. The announcement, as you heard, inside the stadium. Calvin Bassi is picked up for that wrestling move on Mason Mount, and it's a penalty to Manchester United, and now a golden chance for Manchester United to finally score their first goal of this Premier League season.
I see that all the time in the Premier League. So he's harsh, Bassi, but you can't put your hands on someone like that. But you can understand why. But yeah, he does. He gets hold of him and just swings him round. You can't do that. I don't know why he's doing it. Doesn't need to do that.
But you say there's an argument as well to say that, is Luke Shaw also fouling Muniz?
Yeah, exactly. And
At
they've
the
not
same
looked,
time.
but they've not looked at that. They've looked at the Bassi one.
Right, it's a penalty. So, step forward, Manchester United's captain, Bruno Fernandes, the man who scored more penalties for Manchester United than anyone else. 38 out of 42. And from the penalty spot, from 12 yards, no fuss about this, Bruno Fernandes has seen to the referee, I think he ran across him. And I think he said to Bruno Fernandes, wait a moment, I've got to speak to everyone outside the penalty area. Bruno Fernandes, who is never slow in letting anyone
he lets everyone know how he feels
when he's annoyed about something. And now Bernd Leno has come forward as well off his line to get involved in this as the Fulham captain. And the referee is right next to Bruno Fernandes. And right, now again, for a second time, Bruno Fernandes places the ball on the spot. Referee's ready with his whistle. Bruno Fernandes then, this direct run-up of his. Leno jumps up and down on the line. Bruno Fernandes, little steps forward and then up to the ball, right-footed over the bar! Over the top, into the Hammersmith end, into thousands of celebrating Fulham supporters. A contentious decision to give it, and Bruno Fernandes has not been able to take advantage, and still Manchester United are looking for their first goal of the new Premier League season, 0-0.
Wow, and he's one of the best penalty takers I've seen. I feel like he's had to wait a bit, but that's not making an excuse for Bruno Fernandes, because he's a top player, like one of the best around, but he just goes for pure power, side foot, and he's just leaning back and he skies it over the bar. I do think, because the VAR have got involved now, he's going to have to get involved in every incident that happens in the box if there's tugging and pulling there, because Bassi shouldn't be throwing him like that though, Mason Mount, so you can understand why he's give the penalty.
I mean, there is an argument to say that the way that Saliba manhandled Mount last week virtually pulled the shirt off his back.
Yeah, exactly.
But this one is given, but not taken advantage of. However, here's Mount, edge of the Fulham penalty area. Little ball into the box, but Tete was able to get a foot in on that ahead of Mbermo. And then Casemiro is picked up for a challenge. Throwing himself down. Yellow card for simulation. Oh, you're listening, Chris Sutton.
He'll love that, won't he, Chris? He will love that. He didn't have the legs to get after his first touch, and he thought, I'm just going to dive here.
Yeah, he was up against Alex Iwobi. There was the slightest little touch on the lower part of his back, and Casemiro, of all people, threw himself down. And it's a yellow card for Casemiro.
He's better than that, isn't he, John?
What was that?
He's better than that, isn't he, John?
Well, as he'll discover later,
exactly.
if he's listening, quite possibly. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. As Fulham sweep forward now after that let-off. Bruno Fernandes missing the penalty. Sessegnon now for Iwobi, left side of the box. Little chip. Oh, he got it all wrong. And then Bayinda juggled it at the near post. A simple catch. Butcher fingers. Straight behind, corner, Fulham.
Yeah, Bayinda's got to do better than that. You hope Iwobi's all right, because he's collided into the advertising board. It was a heavy one. Yeah, you know where we sit here, John?
Yep.
You have a lot of Man United people here, and they had their phones out, and they were pitching them, facing them to the fans, some of their press people. Yeah, I seen it and I thought, oh my word, what's going on? It went too early, John. You cannot go too early.
Yeah. Just slightly concerned about Iwobi.
Yeah, it was a
he's
heavy
at
collision.
full tilt, and as you'll know, Clinton, you'll have played here, I would have thought, many times.
Yeah, it's so close.
It's
and you know,
close.
It's a bit of a hill when it comes down, like slanting little hill, and you can, if you're going at pace.
Yeah, and if you put your foot in the wrong place there, and it's actually where grass meets the artificial surface as well.
Yes, you're spot on, John.
If you stand on the artificial surface, you can go head over heels, I think is the phrase I'm looking for.
Yes.
And he did, into the advertising hoardings, but he's okay. Well, he is just hobbling a little, Alex Iwobi, just feeling his right knee, and maybe that's where he banged into, be a bruise there. But it's a corner. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. And Lukic takes it to the back. Oh, Bayinda comes, didn't make it. And Muniz at the back post. They are lucky there, Manchester United. Bayinda as well. And I think he's saying to referee Kavanagh that he was being impeded. Not sure about that. But he came for it, didn't make it. And it was headed wide by Muniz, who peeled away, all on his own.
He's got a score, John.
At the back post. and diving forward, just headed it down into the ground.
John, he has to score. Bayinda again coming for it, just coming out like Superman, missing everything. I don't know what he's coming to punch there. He has to. I get frustrated because I keep saying it. Have someone in front that protects you, so you're not got bodies in and around you. But he ain't learning his lesson.
No. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. Actually remarkable. We haven't seen a goal, isn't it, over the course of everything that's happened in this eventful first half. We are going to get an update from the 100 in a moment, but that's a nice little dummy from Mount, allowed the ball to run across him to Dorgu, and then Mason Mount again, and Manchester United go back towards the halfway line. Half-time is approaching. 3 minutes away plus added time. We're going to go to Old Trafford in a moment. Manchester United though with the ball as Bruno Fernandes loses out to Muniz, just a little casual on the ball, and then puts the challenge in on Muniz. It's out of play for a throw-in to Fulham. So to Old Trafford Cricket Ground and Ed Seaborn.
Manchester Originals have had a serious dent given to their playoff hopes. They've been bowled out for 95, chasing 111 for 3. Lowly Birmingham Phoenix have handed them a 16-run loss. They now need to win their last game to make it through to the top 3.
So you'll see that on BBC television, listen to it on Sports Extra. Sports Extra 3, that is, only on the BBC Sounds app, where if you search Football Daily, you will... You'll get everything rounded up for you tonight and all of the reaction. The brand new Wayne Rooney show is on there as well, and also the football interview every Saturday morning, which was Mark Gay this weekend, which I've not listened to yet, but I've been told it is very good. So that Mark Gay with his future, what do we say, up in the air?
Yeah,
potentially, said the former Crystal Palace man.
I think he'll play on Thursday though. For sure.
Yeah,
they'll have to
Norway.
let him play. Yeah, they will.
Yeah, that's a little bit squeaky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the plastic pitch, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Could have done with a second goal on
100%.
Thursday night. Fulham have won a free kick down the right. It's 0-0 here, and we've got the potential in-swinger, Sessegnon, or we've got the out-swinger. Fulham with players grouped around the penalty spot. It is the outswinger. Overhead kick from Muniz. No, it doesn't make a clean contact on it, and therefore it took a glance and straight out here. Anderson. Then it's played back in, headed across the box by Tete, and then the offside flag is up. So that is a free kick to Manchester United. Still 0-0, but if you've just joined the action, we have had some action, haven't we? With Cunha shooting against a post. Also, Cunha forcing a brilliant save from Leno. At the other end, Bayinda, who's had some shaky moments, but also a couple of decent saves from King and Iwobi. We had the Muniz header just now. But best of all, for Manchester United, best opportunity of all, the penalty, which was a debatable one. I mean, he was wrestled to the ground.
No, yeah, you can't do that. So you can understand why the referees gave the decision. But, they got involved in it, VAR.
Yeah, they'll be talking about that on Match of the Day tonight. Fulham coming forward. It will be now to Sessegnon, left corner of the box. Sessegnon back to Berger, then to Bassi, who just brings it forward, curls in the ball all the way across the box. Dorgu missed it as he was trying to turn it away, so therefore Fulham have got it again. And now it's laid across the edge of the box. Berger into the penalty area, but he's in a wide position there. And then in comes the cross from the right-hand side from Tete. It's over the top of Muniz. Half cleared away by Burmo on the edge of the box. Swung a leg at it, only half a contact. Now in Burmo, now Iwobi. Back to Sessegnon, whose cross hits Ahmad on the side of the head, and that bounces away in behind for another corner to Fulham. 2 minutes of added time. So in front of the Putney end, in fact, he's walking across there, Lukic, towards where the extendable, the black extendable tunnel is. Done away with that now at Arsenal, the red tunnel, gone.
Is it gone?
Yeah, it's all open air now at Arsenal, little innovation. And of course the cottage is there, so the people sitting in the top tier of the cottage are looking down on Lukic, who takes this to the back post. Bayinda uncertain, then Castagna with a shot, that's blocked. Muniz for the shot, that's blocked inside the penalty area as well. And then the ball is allowed to run out of play on the far side for a throw-in. to Fulham. More Manchester United defensive uncertainty defending a corner.
Stop coming for the ball because you're not going to get there. I'd rather you just stay on your line. You're making your whole defenders nervous.
Making me nervous.
Exactly. I think he's making every Man United nervous. Climb behind there. Stays. Stops. Don't get there.
Goes. Yeah. Stops. Well, Onana on the bench. That without question on 5 Live will be debated later. And Fulham playing the ball into the Manchester United box. And all the while, over the last couple of days, it has been widely reported that Senna Lammens, this 23-year-old goalkeeper for Royal Antwerp, is a potential target for around about £16 million. I can tell you, Clinton, Royal Antwerp played today and he was not involved at all. They beat Mechelen 2-1 for any Antwerp fans listening on 5 Live, or indeed the World Service.
Okay,
0-0.
But he's coming, and he's still at a young age though. As a goalkeeper, it's a really young age, so can't see him coming straight and being a number one. So surprised he just didn't go and get a top-class goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You're only as good as your back line, and I think that's where you start from, your goalkeeper.
But our colleague Simon Stone, who's here, by the way, you'll be able to read Simon on the BBC Sport website on this match. He was saying last week, Simon saw a lot of the pre-season matches, said Bayenda and Tom Heaton did very well pre-season.
So he should be given a chance. Tom
So
Heaton.
that's what Amorim is saying about Bayenda. First half is almost over here. Then we'll be going back to Steve Crossman, who's at the new Everton Stadium after their win earlier. So we may well be hearing from Jack Grealish shortly. But a free kick to Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes, long and deep. Muniz heads it away, and that is the last action of an almost action-packed first half, Clinton Morrison. But no goals, 0-0.
Yeah, it's a good game of football though, end-to-end, both teams. Man United have probably been the better team, just shaded it and had the better chances. You don't expect Bruno Fernandes to miss the penalty like he did, but Fulham have created chances. You probably look at Fulham's bench and say, can someone come on and make an impact? But they'll be disappointed. Cunha and Leno's save from Cunha is outstanding. That would have been some goal.
Just watching Marco Silva, all in black, marching across the pitch. And Ruben Amorim as well in his Manchester United tracksuit as the all of the hordes of substitutes, coaches, media people, you name it, medical staff, steward or two in there as well, make their way diagonally across the pitch towards the corner of the stand. And rather wisely, Chris Kavanagh, I think, is going to make sure he leaves the pitch with everyone else as well after.
Manchester United 0, Fulham 0, half time. Don't really know what to say about that half. Started off really well. Mbumo, Cunha, Bruno, Dorgu all cooking. I think Shaw's had a good game as well, to be honest. But you know, we can't score. It makes no sense. I mean, we've made big signings in the attack. Obviously, Mbumo and Cunha, and they're playing well. But I mean, the ball won't find the back of the net. I mean, we hit the post very early on as well. I think we should definitely be like 1 or 2 goals up, but unfortunately it's 0-0. And obviously the big discussion at the minute, Bruno Fernandes missing the penalty. I had all my odds on him scoring that pen, and for him to just sky it, I don't really know what went wrong. Maybe we're cursed. Maybe we're cursed this season. But for me, second half, passing yard, bring Mason Mount off. Everyone keeps, saying he's having a great game over and over again. But honestly, I think we're much better with Sesko up front. We need to give him time to adapt to the league and, get to know the team. So I don't really know why we're not starting Sesko. To me, it makes no sense. We've bought a £70 million striker that's in demand and was in demand from other clubs like Newcastle, and we're not using him. It makes no sense from Ruben Amorim whatsoever, in my opinion. But apart from the missed penalty, I think we've played well, but it's just, it's a letdown not to be a few goals up. Should have scored at least 2, in my opinion, if you count the penalty. I mean, I thought Cunha had 2 good chances from Bayern as well, the boot up to the top of the pitch, and unfortunately, Leno kept him out. But that's my half-time breakdown, man. We do need to keep creating chances, and we need to keep scoring as well. I say keep scoring, but we're not really scored. So, we need a big second half here. I'd say, we need a goal early on. And the one thing that worries me as well, corners this season. I mean, we're getting absolutely battered on corners, which ain't good, which is not good whatsoever. To be getting slapped about on corners like that, I mean, the amount of times Bindeer's left the net open is just, it's ridiculous. And like I've said, it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. We need a goalkeeper. If we don't go sign a goalkeeper, I'm worried about the rest of the season, to be honest, because I'm nervous every single corner we concede. I'd rather concede a free kick at the edge of a box. How are we, Carmen, man? How are we? You enjoying the game? But yeah, that's it for me, man. It's positive, but you know, it's ended on a negative with that Bruno missed pen. If we was going into the second half 1-0 up, I'd be a little bit more positive, but it is what it is, man. We need to get a goal early on. My bets are on Mateus Cunha, if it's going to be anyone, to be honest. But drop your score predictions in the comments down below as well. I want to see what you guys think. My score prediction is 2-0. I still think we'll go score 2 goals. We just need to actually finish our chances. It's not creating, it's more finishing. I mean, we have seemed to battered Fulham. I'm not going to lie, we've created every single big chance. Fulham haven't done a lot, to be honest with you. But, you know, there's a lot of positives and a few negatives, especially on the corners. And, you know, whether it's Bindeer or Onana, they're both clowns at the end of the day. So it is what it is. But you guys enjoyed the rest of the second half, man. I'll be back. I appreciate all of you.
United. 13 players have been on the adventure of a lifetime.
Judging by how the game's gone, they should be pretty worried.
But it all comes down to one final question. Where the X are we?
My eyes are now open to how everyone is playing the game.
Go get real.
Destination X, the final. This Thursday on BBC iPlayer.
This is 5 Live Sports with Steve Crossman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Couple more cricket updates for you at Old Trafford in the 100 in the women's match. The Birmingham Phoenix have beaten the Manchester Originals by 16 runs. The men's match is due to get underway at 6 o'clock. At the Women's Rugby World Cup, 2 matches in Northampton. Ireland beat Japan 42-14. South Africa won 66-6 against Brazil. In the late game in York, New Zealand faced Spain. That one starts in about 7 minutes' time. And in Super League, Wigan beat Wakefield 44-2. Huddersfield beat Warrington 23-10. Let's go for another update in the 100 at Sophia Gardens. Welsh Fire against Trent Rockets is ongoing. Matt Kabir-Floyd.
It is not ongoing anymore. What a finish we've had here. The Trent Rockets were cruising to their target of 151. They lost a rash of wickets. They were 7 down, 14 needed off the last 5 balls. Joe Root that has hit a 6 and a 4 to make it 3 off 2 balls. And Sam Hain, coming in at number 9, hit the winning boundary. So that means the Rockets are through to the playoffs alongside the Superchargers and, of course, the Brave. And they will be the 3 sides that go through to the playoffs. Everyone else is out.
Thank you very much, Matt. Right, let's get a bit more detail on Emma Raducanu's victory in round 1 at the US Open. Correspondent Russell Fuller.
It was very straightforward indeed, Steve. She won in straight sets in 62 minutes, 6-1, 6-2 against Ina Shibahara of Japan, who'd qualified but has never been in the top 100 in the world in singles. Raducanu served well, she looked relaxed, she looked composed. There were many shouts of bravo from her new Spanish coach, Francis Roig. All very straightforward in the sunshine, but a big relief to Raducanu that. It's the first time she's won a singles match in New York since winning the title as a teenager in 2021.
Was seeing her so relaxed one of the biggest positives in what has obviously been a very good day?
I think it tells a story, doesn't it? I remember there was quite a lot of tension before the first round at Wimbledon. It was an awkward-looking draw for her against the rising British star in Mimi Zhu, albeit she was only 17 years of age at the time. And I think with every event she plays, she feels more confident. There's been more success between Wimbledon and the US Open by reaching the semi-finals of Washington, and even though she was very happy with Mark Petchey at Wimbledon, she knew that it wasn't going to be able to continue because of his television commitments. And now more success on the court, some solid work on the practice court, and that team taking shape again, headlined by Francis Roig, who had all that success with Rafael Nadal, technically the assistant coach, but a significant part of Nadal's 22 Grand Slam singles titles.
I know there can be long old days at Flushing Meadows, so really you're only getting started.
We are, and this 3-day first round, following in the footsteps of the French Open and the Australian Open, means that the matches are a little bit more spaced out, but there are 40 singles matches on the opening day today. Ben Shelton just getting underway, a big hope from the United States on the Arthur Ashe Stadium court against Ignacio Buza of Peru. And then to come later, we have the defending champion Aryna Sabalenka. And in the night session, it's Novak Djokovic against the rising American star Lerna Tien, who knocked Daniel Medvedev out of the Australian Open in January. And then the very, very late show, and as you know, it often does go into the early hours of the morning, is last year's runner-up Jessica Pegula against Maya Sharif of Egypt, with 7 more British players to follow on Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you very much indeed, Russell. The coverage right now is available for you on 5 Sports Extra with correspondent Russell Fuller and the team at Flushing Meadows for the US Open tennis. Lines open for 606 08085 909 693. Everton fans, you must have a lot to say. Victorious here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium in their first competitive match at the new ground. They beat Brighton 2-0. Here's manager David Moyes with Rob Schofield.
Look, when you're the manager and you come into it with a few players out and injured and etc., it was always going to be a difficult game. I think all the managers would accept that Brighton can show you up a lot with the ball and are very good on the ball, and they did at times today as well. But overall we've done a pretty good job and got over the line and got that win.
So much excitement about Jack Grealish starting the game. I mean, what did you make of his performance? 2 assists, of course, but I mean, he put in such a shift as well.
He did, and look, I don't know if I'm saying, I don't think we should be too surprised. We all know what Jack Grealish is capable of. I want him to get back to where he is. I want him to enjoy it. We want him to be nice and positive in his football. But I've also mentioned to him there's a bit of Everton here where we have to fight really hard and we have to work hard. We're not always clean. And he needs to join in with that, and I thought he did today.
On that fight and that work, I mean, James Garner is playing out of position for you and doing a brilliant job, and then a bonus to come up with a goal that's good enough to win any game.
Yeah. Look, I didn't know. I thought it hit the side netting from the dugout where I was. I thought, but look, it was a great finish by Jimmy, and Jimmy's done brilliant because he's actually done very well in the 2 games he's played left back, and he's an incredibly versatile player who's doing really well and played well today.
David Moyes there speaking to Rob Schofield, and Rob's also had the opportunity to speak to the man who set up both of the goals, Jack Grealish.
A brilliant day, we were saying before the game, that we wanted to put on a show for the fans and for the club itself. It was a big day coming into the new stadium, and listen, it was the perfect day for it, the weather and stuff, and I think we certainly chipped in, with our performance. So I think we dedicated that one to all of the fans.
All I've been hearing all week is, what if Jack Grealish cuts inside and bends one top corner? But just tell me actually how much pleasure you take in providing those 2 assists.
Yeah, no, for me it's just as important. Listen, I think scoring goals in football is so important, but when I played with De Bruyne, he was one that I learnt so much off in football, and I think assisting is just as good as scoring in my own opinion. Providing the assist for your teammate is a special feeling, and listen, when I'm here, all I want to do is do good things for this club, and hopefully we can all push on and I can provide many more goals and assists.
Not by any means want to suggest you didn't have a real technical and tactical role to play today, but just actually how liberating did you feel today? How liberated on the pitch did you feel?
No, I felt really good, it was nice, Yeah, listen, I don't want to get into saying that I didn't feel free before, but out there today, I could drift, I could do what I want more or less, and play with a bit of freedom and take more risks, I think it was. So I felt like I'd done that. I probably could have had a few more assists, which would have been nice, but I was so happy, with the team's performance and with my own as well, because I think the last time I played 90 minutes I think was April or March, so nearly 4 or 5 months ago. So to get that under my belt today in a tough game, I'm happy with myself.
Jack Grealish with Rob Schofield at Selhurst Park. It ended 1-1 between Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Forest boss Nuno Espirito Santo has been speaking to Aaron Paul.
Nuno, so much talk and noise ahead of this game. Talk to me about your side's performance, though. Do you feel a point was a fair result?
I think we perform well. I think overall, both halves, I think, perform well against a very tough team. The moment that we conceded, I think we were in control of the game. But the reaction was good in the second half. We didn't allow too many situations. Very difficult to play here at Selhurst Park. The organization of Palace, the way they defend, the way they play, these two midfielders you have to control. So much work to be done in terms of defensive organization that sometimes I think going forward we lose a little bit of energy. But overall I'm very pleased with the performance.
How did you wake your side up at half-time? Because you could have been a few down. Your goalkeeper's pulled off some great saves. Mark Gay's hit the post coming off at the end. How do you change things and go, right, guys, let's be the Forest we know we are?
We spoke, we tried to a little tweak between the wingers, see if we can have an element of surprise there. But the attitude is very, very good, very, very good. So it shows character, it shows belief. We are starting the season, but we'll take time, but we'll get there.
Tell me about the situation surrounding yourself. Reports coming out that yourself and the owner, yourself and Edu had fallen out. What is the truth?
The truth is that we have to speak. We have to speak, and we will do it this week. This is the truth. And try to create a better platform moving forward.
You don't look like a man who's unhappy in his job. You don't look like a man who's not enjoying his time at Nottingham Forest Football Club.
Look, I enjoy every minute of it. But I'm a responsible person. I have to look at my squad and see what they need, because now it's only Premier League. In a quick turnaround it's going to be Europe, it's going to be cups, and we need bodies.
But fundamentally, you want to be Nottingham Forest manager, taking them into Europe this year?
Of course. Sorry? To where?
Taking them into Europe.
We are already there.
I know, but that's what I mean, playing in Europe this season. That's what you want to do.
Now it's West Ham.
So much to talk about. 08085 909 693 606 follows the second half at Craven Cottage. John Murray.
Yes, interesting. That. What do you make of that, Clinton?
Yeah, he said it now it's West Ham. Aaron was asking him, but do you want to take them into Europe? He's like, let's focus on West Ham. Yes. And we're going to have chats this week. I think them chats will be interesting. We will see the outcome, John.
We will. And we will find out the outcome of this match in the next 45 minutes. As the second half begins here at Craven Cottage, Manchester United kicking off. It is Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. I mean, it could be 2-2. It could be more, potentially. Bruno Fernandes ballooning his penalty over the top of the crossbar into the Hammersmith end. So still goalless as Manchester United, red shirts, black shorts, black socks, attack towards the Putney end now, where all of their supporters are massed in that section of the stand. But Fulham clear away, all in white today, Fulham, with the black numbers on the back. And no changes at the break, so still the same teams. Ryan Sessegnon down the left-hand side. Sessegnon's cross at pace right across the Manchester United penalty area, and Castagna can't keep it in. And it's out of play for a throw. So Fulham coming in with three central defenders. So Tete, Anderson and Bassi, with Sessegnon on the left-hand side, Castagna on the right, Lukic and Berger in the middle, then King, Iwobi and Muniz. So we might see Jimenez in the second half. We will see. But Muniz given the chance to start. Could easily have scored, actually. Had an opportunity late on in the half. As Bassi, who conceded the penalty, VAR picked him up for wrestling over Mason Mount. You'll be able to see it on Match of the Day tonight. It's certainly a discussion point. But it remains 0-0, and Manchester United with Bayinda again in goal. He's had some shaky moments, but he has made a couple of saves. Here's Luke Shaw defending for Manchester United, turning the ball away to Dorgu, and Bruno Fernandes with a touch. He gets it back. Bruno Fernandes then plays it behind Amad Diallo. So the three central defenders, Yoro, De Ligt and Shaw, Amad Diallo, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes and Patrick Dorgu, then Mbeumo, Cunha and Mount. So we're waiting to see Sesko come on as a substitute again for the second Premier League match. At some point I'm sure we'll see him. Dorgu on the left, right-footed ball in, took a deflection off Tete, and that carried it up and over the top of the crossbar for a first Manchester United corner of the second half. Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, it feels like how it started the first half, where Man United were on the front foot causing problems, and Fulham took them a bit of time to get into the game. But yeah, good play from Dorgu. and they get a corner here, and they have been a threat from set pieces.
And the lines are now open on 5 Live for 606 with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. 08085 909 693 to book your call, or 85058. So Manchester United are ready with a corner. Bruno Fernandes down there in front of where the players go down the tunnel. In comes the corner to the back post, but that's well headed away by Anderson. Manchester United take up possession again. A little flick by Mount. Then Amad Diallo with a shot from the angle. That was on target, but it was more or less straight at Leno, but it was well hit by Ahmad, and Leno just put his hands up firm, parried it back away.
Yeah, it was good play between Mason Mount and Diallo, Amad Diallo. Great little touch, and he's trying to bend it and find that far corner. It's a comfortable save, which you expect from Leno, but it was good play.
I think any Manchester United supporter who hasn't been following this in the first half might have heard me say that Sesko's on the bench again and be saying, why Sesko on the bench? Actually, you know, that front three, Mason Mount again has shown some very good moments in this match, and you know, you explained it on air before the match, Clinton, why it is that Ruben Amorim has gone with this three again.
Yeah, I believe because Mason Mount had such a good game. He's trying to build back his confidence, his fitness. He does like him, and he played well last week. For the 60 minutes or 65 minutes he was on the pitch, I thought he did ever so well. We will see Sesko, but you still got to get the best out of Mason Mount and keep his confidence high as well.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. Decisions, as he was saying last week, ahead of the first match of the season. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0. After that win for Everton earlier, heard from David Moyes and Jack Grealish at half-time. 1-1 Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Very entertaining Nuno interview has just been on the airwaves, if you want to rewind and hear that, if you're a Nottingham Forest fan and you've just got back into the car. Bassi playing it forward now to Iwobi, who's dropped deep, and now he's running at the Manchester United defence from the left-hand side. Gives it to Josh King. King back to Iwobi. Iwobi looking to his left. Sessegnon is there. Now Iwobi again, right-footed ball curled in. De Ligt throws himself at it, heads it away. Diallo doesn't clear it. Sessegnon wins it back. His cross deflected. Yoro heads it down. And Manchester United have been able to get it away, but only back to Iwobi, who was thinking about a shot there, I think, and it just ran away from him from an angle. Casemiro got a touch, and it's out of play for a throw into Fulham, 10 yards inside their own half. So 0-0 it is. Fulham will be involved in the Carabao Cup this midweek. We will have commentary and coverage of all of the matches Tuesday and Wednesday night. Fulham are home here to Bristol City on Wednesday. Here is Iwobi now with a chance to take the ball forward, which he does. Gives it to Sessegnon. Sessegnon measures the cross. Muniz beaten in the air by Luke Shaw, actually jumping with the big Fulham number 9, the Brazilian, who has certainly interest in him, as has been widely reported. 35-40 million pounds Atalanta for this 24-year-old. Fulham attacking again. Ball across Lukic into the penalty area, but that's cleared away by Shaw, straight behind corner Fulham.
Yeah, but you know, Man United are not waiting long. I think Diallo and Sesko are going to come on now. I think they're going to make a double substitution. I saw them both getting called back, but you're right. Fulham have started the second half really well, John. Yeah,
double change. Sesko is just pulling up his socks over there, so Ruben Amorim wasting no time. Played 5 minutes of the second half, and we're going to see that double change very shortly. But a corner, another corner for Manchester United to defend. So United fans, hearts in mouth time again, possibly. Lukic with the corner from the right, which is headed wide by Anderson, arriving at pace. No defenders there. Bruno Fernandes, I think, did enough. And Anderson saying there was a touch off Bruno Fernandes. It's a goal kick that's given though. And then United were going to take a quick goal kick, but the referee says, wait, we will have the changes now. And actually, Joachim Anderson talking to Chris Kavanagh as he walks past him, saying, how was that not given as a corner?
Yeah, I don't think Kavanagh wanted to make the decision. He was waiting.
Right. First man off, Casemiro. So
and Ahmad's already gone off, sorry, on the far side, John.
And Amad Diallo. So Diallo and Sesko.
That means Mount will go and play with Bruno. That is really attacking.
Further back.
Yeah, further attack. It's good though. It is good. It's good that Mason Mount stays on the pitch for sure. Well, he has to be disciplined though.
Clearly, Clinton, as you will well know, Ruben Amorim will have had a look at this in training this week, won't he?
Yeah, definitely.
It's obviously an option that he was thinking of, and therefore first substitutions. Amad Diallo replaced, so that's a straight swap with Dalot coming on, the Manchester United number 2. So 0-0 it is. 5 Live in the World Service from the BBC. Bruno Fernandes passes the ball into the path of Cunha, but there was a touch there from the defender. I think it was Anderson who came across, and it's played forward by Tete off Dorgu. Slaps his hands in frustration because it's straight out of play for a throw-in to Fulham, halfway inside their own half. So so we now have Sesko through the middle, Clinton, and Burmo to the right, then Cunha now to the left-hand side, and Mason Mount a little further back.
Yeah, playing with Bruno Fernandes is very attacking, but it's ambitious, and fair play to Ruben Amorim because he's going for it.
He is. Ball played back to Leno. High and long from him. Muniz is able to head it on to Josh King, who hooks it past Yoro, and King almost away from Yoro, the two of them. He was struggling there, Yoro, to get back, and stretched out a leg on the edge of the area. He had to make that. He had to get the ball, and he did.
Yeah, it was a great little flip from the youngster King, and he had the pace as well, King, but you know, you got them daddy long legs. It was a great timing of a tackle from Lenny Yoro. He had to get it right, or he would have been sent off. Great defending.
Yeah, excellent defending, and now he watches the ball drop over him, and again it's King who is there with him. That was a great contest, to sprint over probably 15 yards. I thought King was going to beat him.
I did. It was the touch from King. It was a great little bit of skill, the way he flicks it round and he gets on the end of it. It's fantastic. It would have been some goal if he did, but good defending from Yoro. But he's been the bright spot for Fulham.
Yep, so it's still 0-0 here at Craven Cottage. As I say, League Cup commentary on Tuesday night, Sheffield Wednesday against Leeds United. Wednesday night, Grimsby Town against Manchester United. So listen out to that from Blundell Park on Wednesday evening. I'm not sure when the last time was that we did a commentary from Blundell Park on 5 Live. Ball forward, De Ligt gets a foot to it. Josh King was behind him. He's just launched it up in the air, and then Luke Shaw challenging for it against Castagna. It bounces out of play for a throw-in down the right for Fulham. So yes, football Tuesday, Wednesday live football, and then live athletics from the Letzigren Stadium on Thursday night. The Diamond League athletics from Zurich, where England played at the Euros in the summer. Cross from the right-hand side from Tete, but that's over everyone. Awobi can't keep that in, and it's out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United.
You're looking when them crosses are going in. Who's the one? Muniz, he's the one, but it's not really got enough players in the box to cause problems.
Also, just been told, Keegan Bradley, the US Ryder Cup captain, is going to be on 5 Live Sport on Wednesday night, so listen out for that. And he is right in contention at the Tour Championship tonight as well, so that is going to be one of the sporting stories of the next few weeks, if Keegan Bradley is the playing captain. It's not happened since Arnold Palmer, as Manchester United, rather carelessly, Mount wasn't able to pass the ball back to Luke Shaw. It's out of play, and it's a corner, cheap corner for Fulham.
Yeah, it was poor from Mason Mount. He overhits it, and he's not happy, Luke Shaw, with the pass that De Ligt gave him a terrible pass before that.
Well, you certainly don't want to be giving away corners with Manchester United right now looking vulnerable from them. So Lukic to take this. Fulham are organising themselves. Berger is just wandering in, and in fact I think that's Castagna who's just going in front of goalkeeper Bayinda. So Lukic down there to our right-footed with the corner to the near post, which is glanced on and then deflected up in the air, and Bayinda comes and makes a routine catch. It just bounced up in the air, and he was quickly to it and was able to catch it.
Yeah, he looked more confident there, but there was not enough. The ball in from Lukic, he's got to be testing him, putting it on Bayinda. Keeps hitting the near post.
Lovely afternoon weather-wise here. Pleasant, warm, no sunshine at the moment, light cloud cover by the River Thames, and Manchester United in possession inside their own half. Long one forward for Shaw to the edge of the box. Late goals has been a feature of the meetings between these sides in recent times as well, and it's 0-0 now, well into the second half. Ball out to the right-hand side. Dalot into the action. Left-footed ball across. It will be stuck out a leg and deflected it up and behind and wide. And into that bevy of photographers in front of the Manchester United supporters. It's a corner to Manchester United now from the right.
Yeah, and you know how Šeško's going to get chances? He's not going to get them from Mbeumo and Cunha with crosses in, because they're individuals. It's got to be for Dalot, and Dorgu on this left-hand side. They've got to get crosses in.
Well, as you know, I was at Arsenal yesterday to see Gyökeres open his account after his quiet start at Old Trafford. Sesko now, the number 30, the Slovenian international, at the back post, waiting for this corner, and it's headed down by Yoro, blocked on the line. Huge shouts for it. It's in. It's in. It crossed the line. It crossed the line. Yoro with the decisive touch, and Manchester United have scored it. Blocked on the line, but behind the line, and Manchester United are in front. Fulham 0, Manchester United 1, and finally, that first goal of the season has come for Manchester United.
I don't like zonal marking, John. I'm not a big believer on it. And you can see Yoro, Šeško, they were all there waiting at the back post. The delivery from Brian and Bremo is good, but Lenny Yoro just gets there, and it's a good header from Lenny Yoro. And it just looked like there was no Fulham players near them. Fulham are upset though, and VAR are going to be checking something. So something might have happened in the build-up.
The Fulham players are certainly suggesting that Chris
Lenny
Kavanagh,
Yoro,
they want to have a look
slight
at it.
little shove on Calvin Bassey. That's what they'll be looking for. Look,
well,
he shoves him
there
with
is
two
a
hands.
shove. Now there is a shove, and it actually comes it off Muniz.
Yeah.
Yoro heads it goalwards, I think on target, and then it hits the back of Muniz.
It does hit Muniz.
Wrong foots Leno into the back of the net. Scruffy goal. Big question is though, well, it looks as though it stands.
Yeah, it's been given.
Goal's been given. That's debatable.
I'm
isn't it?
surprised because he's put two hands on him, hasn't he? He's put two hands on his back, Calvin Bassey.
He has shoved Bassey out of the way.
Yeah, it's gone against Fulham today, the penalty that Bassey gave away, and then he should have probably had a foul there.
Well, I can understand why Marco Silva, over there on the far side of the field, is asking the fourth official, Robert Jones, how was that? Because he'll have seen it already, Marco Silva. They'll have watched it down there on the screens.
You can't put two hands on a player now, John. No chance.
No. So the goal stands in the 59th minute. Lenny Yoro, only the second goal that he scored for Manchester United. The 19-year-old, the young Frenchman who missed a good deal of last season, remember, actually didn't play under Erik ten Hag. But he scores Manchester United's first goal of the new season well into the second half of their second match. And Manchester United 1-0 up. And they're attacking, looking for a second goal now. Shaw. Just down in front of us, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount. Now, having just taken the lead, Manchester United are saying here, let's just keep possession and not give Fulham a sniff. The goal scorer, Yoro, actually it's a long pass forward for Dalot down the right. Lovely touch from him. Is able to get the crossover via a deflection off Sessegnon, but Leno is able to pick it up. Fulham playing it out from the back nicely, confident. Anderson, Tete, and then Castagna. Flick from King, that's nice. Castagna infield. Berger is going to get there for Fulham. Oh, Yoro slid in
it's
on
him.
him.
Foul, referee.
The referee has not given that as a free kick. He's obviously saying he got a touch on the ball, but he's certainly got plenty of Berger as well.
It looks like he didn't get nothing from me. I'm so surprised.
Cross for Fulham, deep to the back post. Castagna is able to take it down, backing away into the full-back position, works it back, Tete with a cross, lifts it to the back post, head out from Muniz, stretching for it, could only, under pressure, head it up and over the top left corner. Goal kick to Manchester United, who lead 1-0 on 5 Live in the World Service.
Yeah, you're right. And it looks like now Fulham are going to make a double substitution, John, as well. They're going to get busy, but I'm so surprised he hasn't brought on Adama Traore as yet, because I do believe he could cause a lot of problems on this right-hand side.
Looks like Sessegnon and Castagna are coming off. Wilson and Robinson coming on.
Okay.
So Anthony Robinson, good for Fulham to have him back. So yeah, there's the red number 21 for Castagna, who started for the first time this season here today in the second match. So Robinson will come on for him, and there's Sessegnon as well, who has also had an injury. He wasn't involved in the first match at Brighton. And a big cheer for Robinson.
Yeah, they must go to a 4 surely there, because I can't see Harry Wilson playing as a right wing back.
Yeah, Robinson has taken up the left back position, obviously. The USA international.
Or maybe he is going to do that job, which I'm so surprised, because you want someone who's got, it's a good player, Harry Wilson, but someone with pace like Traore getting up and down there.
Yeah, and he carries a goal threat as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Harry Wilson, six goals last season, the Welsh international, and he is playing here as on the right-hand side. So Marco Silva makes his changes. Manchester United leading with a goal that was scored in the approximately 148th minute of their season. Down the right, cross from Lukic, Muniz jumping, Yoro beat him to it, shot from Iwobi, that was blocked by the defender, bounces out far side for a throw-in that Robinson is ready to take now. The flying left back takes the throw-in all the way back to Bassi near the halfway line. The Manchester United supporters now rejoicing after that first goal of the season. Scrappy, scruffy goal, deflected in by Muniz, but they'll absolutely take that. Lines open for 6:06. I'm sure you'll have opinions on some of the decisions that have been made here surrounding that goal and indeed the penalty that was awarded Manchester United's way. 08085 909 693 to talk to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 6:06 on 5 Live once we've wrapped things up here at Craven Cottage. So throw-in for Manchester United. Dorgu to take this, and King got a touch for Fulham. Bounces away into the Manchester United left-back area where Dorgu plays it off King and out of play for the throw-in to Manchester United. So Fulham will have to come from behind, as they did at Brighton in the opening match with that equaliser that was in the 6th minute of added time last weekend. Anthony Robinson playing the ball back to Leno, passes it calmly out to Robinson, and then Bassi hits a long pass forward as he was sprinting onto it. Cleared forward for Manchester United. That was missed by Berger. Little touch from Cunha, but then Leno was able to come out and slide and collect it. Cunha was very much involved in the opening stages, but it's gone a little quiet in the match. But he had the shot against the post, and the shot that was very well saved by Leno. Wilson, with his long hair tied up by a band, gets it back. Harry Wilson, the Fulham number 8, former Liverpool youngster. Now Iwobi turns, gives it to Robinson, challenged by Bruno Fernandes that took ball and man, Josh King, but referee waves play to continue, and then Anderson puts in a challenge, then Yoro slides in, and the ball was out of play, and it's a throw into Fulham near the halfway line. Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry, I just had a tickle in my throat. Yeah, it's all right.
A bit of hay fever or something. I thought you were worrying about your car, maybe.
No, I'm all right.
That's the big drama of the day.
It is the big drama of the day.
Don't think we need to go any further with that.
No, we don't. I just hope it's still there when I go back.
Let's hope so. Good luck with that. Yes, I'll be on the tube. Fulham 0, Manchester United 1, and it's a goal kick to Manchester United. So Fulham have got to force the issue here, haven't they?
Yeah, they have to force the issue. They just made a double sub, but it's more in the wing-back areas. I think, could you not put Jimenez on as well and get probably Smith Rowe on? I feel you need as much attacking players on the pitch as possible.
Yeah, and here is Sesko, not really been involved in actually misplaces the pass behind Dorgu, and it's out of play for a throw into Fulham. I was trying to work out Gyökeres's celebration yesterday. Did you see it? With the hands over his mouth, and then running his fingers through the hair.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I think he spoke about it after.
We actually then found out that this was a response to the critics, Clinton.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
They said that he was too busy sorting out his hair.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
And I must say, when I saw it, I thought, as Tete wins a free kick just down in front of us, Luke Shaw with the challenge. I have to say, when I saw it, my instant reaction was, that's probably something from the Marvel films that I don't understand.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
It was the hair flicking.
So Fulham 0, Manchester United 1, as Fulham have the ball on the left-hand side. And it's now being given. The goal is being given as an own goal.
Yeah, because I think the header from Yoro was going wide, and it hit Muniz.
So Manchester United's first goal of the season is an own goal, officially, according to the Premier League. Looking at the information we've got there, it actually said goal overturned. And I was thinking, what? They've overturned the goal. They've overturned the scorer.
Yeah, because if you see Lenny Yoro's header, I think it's going wide. Just hits Muniz and then he directs it in, so you can understand why it's given as an own goal.
Although that very much had me bamboozled for a moment or two. So 1-0, own goal, Muniz own goal, and Manchester United have that slender lead And we are almost now into the last quarter of the match. Anthony Robinson, fresh into the action, gives it to Iwobi. Then Robinson again had a knee injury, that's why he missed the opening match of the season. Then Iwobi there, over there on the far side, slips it into the penalty area. King from a tight angle. Bruno Fernandes went with him, and the ball bounces away and behind for another Fulham corner. So I make this number 7. 4 in the first half, 3 in the second.
Yeah, the corner count is high for Fulham. It's just Lukic has to pull it into the right areas. Go and test the goalkeeper. Go and see. We know he's vulnerable. He doesn't like. He comes for crosses. He does come, but he never catches one.
So corner for Fulham. Lukic just making sure everything's absolutely right. Just sorting out his socks as well. It's got to be right. Lukic to take the corner, packed penalty area. In it goes to the near post, that's headed away, I think. Yoro, edge of the area. Iwobi went for a drive that he slightly sliced. And Bayinda actually jumped up, caught the crossbar, swung on it as it dropped over the top of the bar. Another Manchester United change.
Yeah, that would be Ugarte from Mason Mount. He does love Ugarte, doesn't he? I don't know what he loves him, but you're looking at it and thinking, what has Kobbie Mainoo got to do to get into this midfield?
Yeah, so the Mason Mount, now that they've got the goal, yes, he's making the change there with Ugarte coming on into the midfield. I know you're itching to see Kobbie Mainoo, Clinton, for Manchester United this season, but instead it is the Uruguayan Manuel Ugarte who comes on into the action. And so Mainoo yet to play this season, and I know this is generally known, but I think when you look, Højlund's out of the picture now, Garnacho seems on his way, Sancho, Anthony, Malacia as well. That is some talent, isn't it? Currently not playing for Manchester United.
And some money.
Yeah, and some money. I mean, how much will that be? If full market value there, that's probably well over £200 million worth of footballers.
For sure.
Balls at the back with Bayinda, and he picks this up. Manchester United in absolutely no hurry at all. Manchester United on course for what would be their 9th consecutive Premier League away win against Fulham. Not since the Sir Alex Ferguson days back in 2009 have Fulham beaten Manchester United here in the Premier League. Good team that. I was here for that match. Murphy, Zamora and Duff scored for Fulham in that 3-0 win back in December 2009.
Some good players there that you've just mentioned, for sure.
You'd have played against that Fulham team.
Yeah, very good.
Manchester United just slowing it down, slowing the tempo down of the match. Fulham are going to make another change.
2 changes.
I think Smith Rowe is going to be one of them.
Jimenez.
And also Raul Jimenez. So Rodrigo Muniz makes way, started today, that's what he wanted, but wasn't able to score in his own net. He has technically scored in the first 2 matches of the season, 1 for, 1 against Fulham. And Josh King is replaced by the former Arsenal and England midfielder Emil Smith-Rowe.
Got potential, King, I like what I see from the 18-year-old today. He's got some great little touches and stuff, and must be doing well to keep Smith-Rowe out of the team, so fair play to him. We can be happy with his afternoon's work.
Yep. And Marco Silva making those changes to try, as we say, to force the issue, force Fulham back into this match. You were talking about the win here against Liverpool last season in April. That is the last time that Fulham won here in a competitive match. Lost their last 3 Premier League games here at Craven Cottage of last season. Misplaced pass from Luke Shaw, halfway inside the Fulham half, but out of play for a throw-in. So a little bit of a rejig for Fulham now, with the experienced Raul Jimenez, the Mexican, on up front after his 14 goals last season. More like the return of his heydays before that head injury, and did very well, actually scored 3 goals for Mexico as they won the CONCACAF Gold Cup during the course of the summer. Scored in the final. Bale played forward for him. Jimenez now makes ground. Ball across the penalty area, but Dorgu got there first for Manchester United, was able to clear it away. Iwobi is onto this, plays it back to Robinson. Robinson now running at Dalot, gives it to Iwobi, ball into the box, a little flick from Jimenez, and it's in! Emil Smith-Rowe in the 6-yard box with a crucial touch, passed by Inda. It only took a little touch. That was enough. And Fulham have their equaliser, 1-1.
Yeah, you know what, John? It's a good ball from Iwobi, but you know who plays a big part in this? Jimenez. He gets across the near post. And once he gets across the near post, Man United defenders can't touch him. And that's what you want, an impact from your substitution. Smith Rowe playing in that number 10. It's a good finish from Smith Rowe. He's fixing his hair as well. So I wonder if he'll do that celebration as well.
They're all fixing their hair.
They are.
But he'd only been on the field for a few seconds. Emil Smith Rowe, really. I'm not sure how long, probably less than 2 minutes. And he stole in there, and he just got the crucial touch. Toe end on the stretch, beyond Bayinda.
Yeah, it's a good finish, because you know what, Joe? It's bouncing up on him, and he has to control it, and he just toe pokes it past Bayinda. Really good finish, but good play from him, and as he makes that initial run across the near post.
73rd minute, the equaliser for Fulham. Emil Smith Rowe. 6 goals in his first season for Fulham last season. Had a crucial instant impact there as the ball bounces up and hits Jimenez's arm on the halfway line, and that's a free kick for Manchester United. So 1-1 now, and Marco Silva's changes have worked.
They have, and Man United's changes haven't really worked. Sheshko, Buemo and Cunha now have been really, really quiet since he's come on, and Man United haven't really got on the ball.
Lines open for 606. 08 085 909 693. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton are waiting for your call. Mark Chapman on the Monday Night Club tomorrow night on 5 Live. Theo Walcott and Steph Horton on there with Rory Smith as well. And we'll update you on Newcastle-Liverpool tomorrow night during the course of that. That's 5 Live Sport from 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Major League Baseball on the BBC Sport website tonight, incidentally. Here's Dorgu on the left-hand side, playing it back in field. Major League Baseball Bundesliga match was on the BBC on Friday night. Harry Kane hat-trick.
Yep.
Did you spot that Eric Ten Hag lost his first league match?
Did he? I didn't spot that. I saw the Harry Kane obviously scoring goals for fun. I think Elise scored, didn't he, as well?
Yes, he did.
A couple, I think he's a player, by the way.
Yes. And Bayer Leverkusen lost at home to Hoffenheim yesterday. Dorgu impeded by Wilson. That's a free kick to Manchester United. Dorgu still lying on his back with his hands over his face, and we have 15 minutes to play here at Craven Cottage. Back to 1-1, and I can hear a Fulham fan behind us. In the first half, Calvin Bassey got a bash in the face, and the referee made him leave the field, and a Fulham fan behind us is saying, get off the pitch.
What's the difference? What's the difference, Sean?
Don't know. Is it a specific rule when you get a finger in the eye? I don't know. Burmo to take this. Shaven-headed, the floodlights that are on gleaming off the top of his head. Shaven-headed, bushy beard, and Burmo left-footed in towards the penalty spot, which is headed up and away by Anderson. Hasn't cleared the box. Headed up in the air by Sesko. Bounces down, and then a shot unconvincing from Dalot. He was under pressure from Jimenez, but on the volley just really helped it goalwards, high over the bar, behind, and it's a goal kick. 1-1.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed, Man United, if they don't come away with the 3 points, but we do know coming to Craven Cottage is a tough place, but they've missed some big chances, and there's still another goal in this, John. There is another goal.
Yeah, I would not disagree with you. So 606 taking your calls on this match. Crystal Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Everton 2, Brighton 0, St Mirren 1, Rangers 1. And just to mark your card, next Sunday, early start for 5 Live Sport, because there will be commentary on Rangers Celtic next Sunday lunchtime. Ian Dennis is making his way there, and actually commentary on Celtic's crucial second leg on Sports Extra 3 on Tuesday night. Fulham into the penalty area, cross from Wilson, now on the edge of the box. That's taken down and played back towards the halfway line by Lukic. Smith Rowe with a darting run into the box, but the ball is with Pete, and they go back towards the halfway line. Yes, Tuesday night, Sports Extra 3, when Celtic take on Kairat, 0-0 after the first leg. Big night for Rangers on Wednesday as well. We'll have it all covered for you, of course, on 5 Live. Long one forward from Leno. Here's Smith Rowe now, the Fulham goal scorer, getting the ball down, playing it to the left-hand side. Fulham attacking with Iwobi. Ball into the area. Jimenez across the face of goal. No one could get a touch in the middle. And actually, The offside flag was up in any case, so it's Manchester United's free kick.
Yeah, they look the most likely at the moment. Fulham subs have made a big impact on them. Man United subs have not made a big impact. They brought Ugarte, they're getting overrun in midfield at the moment. So, yeah, likes of Smith Rowe, Iwobi's coming to the game. Jimenez looked sharp, just went too early there and was offside.
Yeah, Ruben Amorim over there on the far side. He's taken off that tracksuit top and he's got a cream-coloured T-shirt on. He looks agitated to me, clapping his hands. Wandering around.
You're right, John, because he knows it's a big 13 minutes for Man United.
He's made 3 changes so far as Dorgu is challenged by Wilson, and he's stayed down again, Dorgu. The referee says don't take the throw-in yet, Fulham. He's going to walk across just to see if Dorgu's going to get back to his feet, which he does. And the throw-in will be taken. Manchester United. You mentioned Mainu, the other substitutes. Xerxes is on the bench now, fully fit again, so a couple of options there.
Yeah, you could throw him on for one of them, Buemo and Cunha, who've been really quiet in the second half.
Yeah. Compared to last week, and Buemo Cunha?
Yeah, definitely, really quiet.
That was at Old Trafford, this is at Craven Cottage. The home crowd are up, as Clinton Morrison suggested. They've got a bit of momentum here, and there's a long one forward. De Ligt is going to allow it to bounce back to Bayinda, who comes to the edge of his box and is able to claim it and just roll it out underarm to Yorol. So Manchester United had the lead, but have been pegged back by that finish from Emil Smith-Rowe. And Bruno Fernandes now reaches the halfway line, taps the ball into the path of Shaw. Back to Bruno Fernandes, cross-field pass from him. This is all pretty much at walking pace at the moment. Dalot, then quickly forward to Mbeumo. Dalot now onto this, inside the penalty area, but well defended by Bassi.
He struggles, Dalot. He's not as good as... I understand why he's made that change with Diallo, but when Man United now need a goal, Dalot's not that person who's going to go forward and create stuff. He's better defensively, but you need more attacking players now. They're pushing forward.
Iwobi it was. He's covered a lot of ground, Iwobi, hasn't he? He's had a good game.
Good game, another good game.
Yeah. And here he is, Alex Iwobi, the Nigerian international, former Arsenal man. Then it's taken up on the halfway line. Tete carries it forward. Still going. Tete. Manchester United players in front of him, Bruno Fernandes and Dorgu. Harry Wilson. Then to Lukic. Sun just forcing its way through now. You can actually, it comes through the roof of the new stand, the clear panels in the roof of the Riverside stand on the opposite side of the ground. Fulham fans, I can sort of feel them behind us, these old wooden seats. They are inching towards the front edge of those seats as Fulham comes forward. Smith Rowe, edge of the area, they wanted to shoot. He gives it to Wilson. Wilson trying to work a position, then back to Lukic on the edge of the box. Tete slides in on this, comes out with the ball against Dorgu, crosses it, headed away by Ugarte. Fulham again, Lukic, Tete in the area, then Smith Rowe tries to roll the ball, roll the defender on the edge of the area, wasn't successful, and Manchester United clear it. 10 minutes to play, 1-1 the score. Lukic bringing the ball up towards the edge of the Manchester United box again. Come on, Fulham is the cry. Now Berger all the way across to the left-hand side. Robinson down. Robinson overhits it. Maybe a little rustiness, I don't know. He had time there, but overhit the pass through. Goal kick, Manchester United.
It's got to be rustiness, because it was a simple pass. It was a 5-yard pass into Smith Rowe, but Man United look tired, John. They look tired. Dorgu on this, Harry Wilson and Tete are causing them all kinds of problems there. They look tired down this left-hand side at the moment.
Yeah, it's right there for the taking, this game. If there's anyone up there in the swimming pool on the roof of the new stand, if they're up there, I suspect they might have popped out and just had a look down on the action.
Yeah, definitely.
Could be a thrilling finish yet here, down at ground level. There's a foul on Bruno Fernandes on the halfway line, and it's a free kick. I sense the frustration from these Fulham supporters with referee Chris Kavanagh today, but Bruno Fernandes winning the free kick, and he asks for the ball. The Manchester United captain missed a penalty in the first half, hit it over the crossbar. Manchester United did take the lead with the The Euro header that was deflected into his own net by Muniz, but Emil Smith-Rowe equalising for Fulham. And Smith-Rowe now in on the challenge. In fact, Berger slides in. He keeps the ball for Fulham. Manchester United, though, back with it. De Ligt and Euro. And now De Ligt passes it forward for Manchester United. After the European matches, we'll have news of the draws as well. The European draws they're on Thursday, Champions League, around about tea time. Friday for the other two competitions. Manchester United not involved in Europe this season. For the first time for over a decade, Manchester United not involved in any of the European competitions. Fulham 1, Manchester United 1, and still chasing what would be their first win of the season. But, has to be said, under pressure here, as Ugarte thought that was a foul, but the referee's waved advantage, and then, after a long gap, does bring it back, Chris Kavanagh, for the foul and the challenge. Bruno Fernandes is asking the question, but it is a free kick.
It is a free kick, but he let the advantage go. Wilson gave it away, so I can understand why Bruno Fernandes, he let it play on long enough, but it was a foul. It was reckless again from Ugarte. As I said, I don't know, he's in there to break it up, but that's where Fulham are causing problems. Smith-Rowe in particular getting on the ball. But they've got no movement, Man United. It's gone really flat for them in this second half.
Just caught his toe end, a little bit like Goodmanson on Max Downman yesterday. Was a penalty, Clinton?
Yes,
that,
it was a penalty, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're right.
That's what
I heard you say it, so I believe it.
Well, yeah. I saw Matt Upson after the match yesterday, and Matt said, central defender, he said, no, that wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, he'd always say it.
Here's Iwobi for Fulham, carrying it forward again. The danger. Oh, Robinson's overhit that again, the cross from the left-hand side. And Lukic, though, has kept possession for the all-white of Fulham. Back to Tete, ball across the penalty area. Ugarte slid in, cleared it away. And then Tete, oh, lovely, dragged it away, took it away from Cunha. Lukic on the right-hand side. Might have gone for the first time cross there, Tete. Then touch, nice from Wilson. Opens up for Tete, ball across. And then Jimenez tried to turn, he couldn't do it. It bounced away from him. And then free kick given for Anderson's challenge on Cunha on the edge of the box. United play it downfield quickly. And Dalot volleys it forward. And Burmo now. And Bassi comes out with the ball. And Burmo's left on the ground. And Burmo's suggesting that Bassi fouled him. Referee Kavanagh's not interested.
Nah, he's not interested. I think Bassi's had the better of Mbeumo. He's big, he's strong, he can match him for pace, and he hasn't liked it this afternoon. He's won that battle so far.
Yeah, Calvin Bassi. He's conceded the penalty here, and if you've had a chance to see that, watch it on Match of the Day tonight with Gabby Logan in the chair this evening for Sunday night Match of the Day. Rob Green's going to be on tonight, actually. Anytime on the iPlayer, and if you haven't heard, new this season, the Premier League highlights available, BBC Sport website from 8 o'clock. But Match of the Day will be there for you with it all packaged together. Wilson running in field. There's been a collision with Ugarte, who's down, but Sesko plays it. Manchester United, I'm not going to put it out of play. The tall Sesko, 6'5", strong, surrounded by three, and then a blatant pullback by Lukic on the shirt of Bruno Fernandes. That is a cast iron yellow card for the Fulham number 20, and a free kick for Manchester United.
Yeah, he had to do that. It was good play from Sesko and Bruno Fernandes. Another double substitution for Man United.
Okay. Now,
I think one looks like Aiden Heaven.
Yeah. Is that Harry Maguire behind Amorim?
Yeah, good shout. Yeah. I think you could be right, John. You've got good eyes.
It probably calls for Maguire, doesn't it?
And he'll make the change now because Maguire will be a threat from the corner.
Because Dorgu has played it off the Fulham player Wilson behind. It's a corner to Manchester United. And so, yes, absolutely right. Yoro, the man who forced the issue with the goal. And it is Aiden Heaven and Harry Maguire on for Luke Shaw and Lenny Yoro. So double change at the back with Aiden Heaven coming on, the man who was signed from Arsenal, the Londoner, who now plays for Manchester United, signed from Arsenal in the transfer window in the winter last season. And it's a corner for Manchester United. The match is poised at 1-1. We have 3 minutes left to play here at Craven Cottage in the summer sunshine. Bruno Fernandes to take this from just in front of the cottage itself. Deep to the back post. Good header away by Bassi. got up well under pressure in amongst a crowd of players. Good defender. Dorgu takes up possession again for Manchester United on the right-hand side. Here's the ball in, and it's blocked. Again, it is Bassi in the middle, blocking the low cross from Cunha, deflecting it behind for another Manchester United corner.
It's a great ball from Cunha, but defender's nowhere to be, and it was good defending from Bassi. Really good defending. Got himself in a good position.
So a corner. Heaven coming on as the left-sided central defender. Remember, Martinez is out injured at the moment. He scored here last season in the 1-0 win for Manchester United, but on the injured list. So Maguire in the middle. But here's the corner for Manchester United, which is taken in and headed just wide by Maguire. Harry Maguire, I think that's his first touch in amongst all of those players, whether in red or white, and couldn't direct it on target from 6 yards.
See, knowing how I know Harry Maguire, I think that's a chance, John. I think it's a great chance from Harry Maguire. He'll be disappointed. He gets great contact, and he's so unlucky. Yeah, there is a challenge on him, but he's just unlucky. Just directs it, but he gets a free header. He just climbs over Bassi. He's so unlucky, Maguire.
In the cricket, and it feels like a cricketing day. More results in the one-day cup. Somerset have beaten Kent by 4 wickets. Warwickshire have also beaten Durham by 4 wickets. As I say, commentary via the cricket pages on all of the matches of the BBC Sport website. Fulham 1, Manchester United 1. Now there's a tangle between Jimenez and Dorgu. Out of play. That is given only as a throw-in. Although Manchester United, we're going to take it, and the referee has said it's a Fulham throw. That old trick. And you know, the way the match is, I know Maguire's just had that chance, but it's got the feel of, for Manchester United, if they win it, all well and good. If they snatch a winner, but kind of, we'll take a point here.
Yeah, we'll take a point, definitely. It's not an easy place to come to Fulham. They'll be disappointed they took the lead and not gone on and won it.
1-1. Smith Rowe, ball centrally. Wilson was looking to turn there, 25 yards out. Instead goes back to the halfway line, and then Smith Rowe is able to take it on again. He's brought a real brightness to the Fulham team after Josh King has been preferred to him really in the starting lineup so far this season, the teenager. But Smith Rowe's on, and then there's a foul off the ball by Dorgu, and a free kick to Fulham on the right-hand side. A real opportunity from a set piece to be swung in from the flank. 5 minutes of added time are going to be played at the end of the 90 minutes, which are imminent, Clinton.
Yeah. Dorgu's had a bad 15-20 minutes. He's not, when Luke Shaw was on the ball, his movement wasn't any good, and that is just lazy defending, and it could cost his team now.
Dived in on Lukic. So there's the signal. 5 minutes of added time. Fulham have not beaten Manchester United here since 2009. And the home supporters here, you can hear their cardboard clappers, some of them just being flourished. In fact, they're doing that very thing in the Hammersmith stand behind the goal. I can see lots of them being flapped. Free kick, Wilson or Lukic. It's Wilson, it's left-footed, it's into the danger zone. Tickle deflection, bounces down and is cleared away, driven away, right-footed downfield by Ugarte. And Bournemouth chasing this, but Robinson running across, timed it well and puts it out of play for a throw into Manchester United. We're in added time now. Lines open for 6:06. Top of the table, Robbie Savage, waiting alongside Chris Sutton to take your calls on 08085 909 693. That'll be coming up shortly in the next 10 minutes. But a throw-in. Dorgu to take this. Now it's Manchester United thinking at the other end that they might be able to snatch a winner. Dorgu just rubs the ball against the red shirt. Here's the throw. A little bit agricultural lad. In fact, it's quite poor. It's headed away by Lukic, straight onto the head of the Fulham midfielder. Bruno Fernandes, forward of the centre circle, now to the right to Dalot, his cross deep. Dorgu heads it across the penalty area. That's a stretching header away by Anderson, and Wilson wins the free kick. Not sure how much contact there was from Dorgu on him, but Wilson threw himself down. Free kick Fulham.
Yeah, it's clever from Wilson, but Dorgu doesn't need to do it. He's not going anywhere, Harry Wilson. He's got to head that away. So he's putting his team under pressure, and now easy free kick. Not good enough.
Manchester United say they go to Grimsby on Wednesday. It's Burnley next. Next Saturday, 3 o'clock. That's our main 5 Live commentary match next Saturday afternoon, live from Old Trafford. Here's Smith Rowe, edge of the area, juggling it, shoots left-footed, nice play. Hit, blocked by the defender, Delict, and it bounces behind. Fulham have a corner.
Yeah, it's good play from Smith Rowe. You're right, he has brought energy in, and he's probably disappointed that he's not started the game, you know, and we know he's got the ability, Smith Rowe, but he has added injection into Fulham in the second half.
Corner then. Lukic to take this. Manchester United players getting themselves sorted. Harry Maguire giving a few orders in there. Lukic waits over there in that corner between the Hammersmith end and the Riverside stand. Almost 30,000 people looking on as Lukic takes this into the 6-yard box. Anderson's header, not on target, well wide actually.
How has he missed it? Like, it's a great ball in from Lukic, and let's see that again, John, from where we are. But it looked like it was going right onto his head.
As he arrived on it,
yeah,
you thought, goal.
Unless he got a little nudge in the back, but it's a great ball in from Lukic, and you're thinking Anderson.
He didn't make any touch.
Didn't make no contact.
Didn't make contact between Anderson and Maguire.
Yep.
And also, meanwhile, the subplot there, Bayinda was. Did you see Bayinda?
Yes. Nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
As Cunha plays it in now at the other end, but Leno comes. Good punch on that. And right hooks it out of play over on the far side. If you weren't listening in the first half, a super save from Leno. Watch out for that on Match of the Day tonight. Early on in the match to keep out Cunha. That kept it at 0-0. Eventually Manchester United did take the lead. Missed a penalty. Bruno Fernandes over the top of the bar. But they scored, but Fulham equalised. Long throw into the box now, in added time. Fulham headed away. Dorgu slices it, and Burmo throws himself at it, almost Haaland style, but doesn't get any contact. It's through for a goal kick.
See, I don't know what Dorgu's doing there. It's neither here a shot or it's not back into the box. It's hard for Mbeumo there. I feel he's good in certain games, but in certain games they need to find someone who can play on the left wing back and on the right wing back, because they're just so important. You see someone like a Crystal Palace who have it, Munoz on the other side, attacking and good at his defensive duty.
Well, I make it, Clinton, 45 seconds to play, so it looks as though it's going to be 2 matches into the season for Manchester United, and indeed Fulham without a win. And for Manchester United under Ruben Amorim, if it stays like this, that will be in the Premier League 28 points from 29 matches as the Manchester United manager. It's going to have to improve, and actually after Burnley it is then Manchester City away and Chelsea at home for Manchester United.
Burnley's a must-win there.
Long throw forward. Those sides will be involved in Champions League round about that time as well, but size of the squads.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's it. There we are. 1-1, the final score. And Fulham start the season with 2 1-1 draws. Manchester United have got their first goal of the season, but are still looking for the first win.
Yeah, they are, to be fair. It was an even contest in that second half. I thought first half probably Man United just shaded it, but even Fulham, I think, towards the end, last 20, 25 minutes, they were the better team. Fulham's substitutions had a big impact on the game, John. A draw is probably a fair result. Man United will disagree, because they'll say the Bruno Fernandes, the penalty, and Cunha hit the post and then had a great opportunity, but the save from Leno was outstanding. So all in all, a fair result, I'd say.
Yeah. And what would you say about Fulham? You know, there surely will be transfer activity of some kind for Fulham over the course of the next week or so. What do we think?
No, listen, you need to back the manager. I think the players he's got coming off the bench are talented individuals who think they probably should be starting. Put on likes of Robinson, Smith Rowe. These are players that made a big difference. Harry Wilson. But they do need to strengthen. They probably need a few bodies to go out and then strengthen. But they just missed out. They didn't just miss out. They were thinking about the Europe last season, and then towards the end they tailed off. They've got a good manager in Marco Silva. You don't want to lose him, so you've got to just bring in some players and make him happy.
And as for the other Portuguese manager?
Yeah, listen, last week we spoke about Man United and we thought they're attacking players, they've got some good players, and they missed some big chances. And that's the problem with Man United. We saw that last week, missing big chances. They have to be clinical in that final third, but I think he would have took a point at the start of it, but he'd be disappointed they probably didn't get the 3 points through the Bruno Fernandes missed penalty.
So there we are. Thank you very much, Clinton Morrison.
Thank you for having me, as usual, John.
Good luck with the car.
Oh, yeah, if it's still there.
And 606 on the way very shortly with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. 08085 909 693. Get in touch, hashtag BBC 606. Text 85058. During 606, we will hope to bring you the live interviews with those two Portuguese managers that we've been talking about, so listen out for that over the course of the next hour or so. The 100 continues, commentary on Sports Extra 2, Sports Extra 3. We're going to get another update from Old Trafford from Nikesh Ragani first.
Where the Manchester Originals are taking on the Birmingham Phoenix in the men's game. This is a dead rubber after the Trent Rockets secured their playoff place earlier on today, and the Manchester Originals batting first. They've lost some early wickets here. They're 43 for 3 after 34 balls.
Thank you very much, Nikesh. So the commentary continues on Sports Extra, on your BBC Sounds app, and coverage on BBC Television on Sports Extra. The tennis coverage continues from New York, the first day there. Emma Raducanu already through to the second round after a very straightforward 6-1, 6-2 win, as we heard from Russell Fuller a little earlier. And during the course of the evening, after Alex Noren won the British Masters earlier, we will be updating you on Tommy Fleetwood's progress in the Tour Championship to see if he can win for the first time on the PGA Tour. Live football commentary on Tuesday night and Wednesday night from the League Cup. We'll also have Celtics match on Sports Extra 3 on Tuesday night. All of the European action covered during the course of this midweek. Monday Night Club with Mark Chapman tomorrow evening, Theo Walcott, Steph Houghton and Rory Smith with them. But right now, Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton are standing by for you with 606.
Are you ready to have your say? In the UK's biggest football debate, your teams, your views. Get ready. This is 606 with Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage on 5 Live.
Welcome to 606, your football phone-in show. We're here until 8 p.m. taking your calls. We start at Craven Cottage.
Dallo gives it to Iwobi, ball into the box, a little flick from him, and it's in! Emil Smith-Rowe in the 6-yard box with a crucial touch, passed by Inda, and Fulham have their equaliser, 1-1.
Good evening, Christopher. United with their first point of the season.
Yes, I want to hear from Manchester United fans. Are you seeing small signs of progress? A little bit of a slow start to the season, but are you moving in the right direction under Ruben Amorim?
United and Fulham fans, we're going to hear from you. Callers on 08085 909 693. On the banks of the Mersey, a new era for the Toffees.
Jack Grealish into the area, pulls the ball across and it's in! And the first goal at Hill Dickinson Stadium goes to Everton! And it goes to Iliman Ndiaye!
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Call free 08085 909 693. Text 85058. Text will be charged at your standard message rate. Visit bbc.co.uk/5 live terms for our terms of use and privacy notice.
Brighton hit the woodwork twice and a penalty save, but Everton got the win and Jack Grealish provided both goals, Christopher.
Yeah, what a brilliant afternoon for Jack Grealish. And were you there at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, Everton fans? Tell us about your experience and tell us about your hopes for this season.
08085 909 693. Who else should you hear from tonight, Christopher?
Well, mine, Nottingham Forest, Rob. I want to hear from Nottingham Forest fans. A 1-1 draw today at Palace. Bit of a grudge game, that, wasn't it? But what do you make of your manager's Nuno's comments about his relationship with your owner, Marinakis? I mean, last night we had a few calls on this, Rob. I think Ben, the last caller, said that he thinks Nuno wants out. Want to hear from Glasgow Rangers fans. I think it's the worst start ever. 3 wins out of 9 games under Russell Martin.
3 wins out of 9 games, is it?
3 wins out of 9 games, yeah. It's not really working out, Rangers fans. But does Russell need time? And a tasty one tomorrow night, Rob. Newcastle against Liverpool. Does the winner get Alexander Isak?
Oh, you're better than that. Come on. What do you think about the start for Rangers? Does Russell need more time?
Yeah, of course. Would you 100%. Want to see a manager sacked after 50 odd days?
Needs time. Lots of time. Of course he does. 100% agree with you, Christopher. Whoever your club, we're here until 8 p.m. taking your calls on the weekend's football and the number to call is 08085 909 693. Right then, Christopher, Fulham with the draw. Kamal, were you happy with that?
I'm absolutely delighted. I'm here at the hammy end. We had like a quite hair-raising last 15 minutes. And a big shout out to Chris because he got the prediction right. And when I spoke to you guys, I was like, man, Chris is getting them right, man. And the gelling of the United team wasn't that good. 200 million, it's probably more of the same value of our whole squad. And when you want to play football, it's not about the price tag. We're very happy, man.
Yeah, what about Marco Silva's comments in the last few days? He said it's been a bit of a slow summer. I mean, you'd certainly agree with Marco. What do Fulham need then to really sort of kick the team on?
If you saw, because I kept worrying that Marco was losing his passion over the last few weeks, because, sorry guys, but the media is really playing up every comment he makes. But when we scored, you should see his face. Watch our match of the day later tonight. He looked like he was getting married, man. He was very happy. Do we need players? Yeah, we do. There's talk about Kevin. There's also talk about, the craziest thing is Mitro coming back. Would I take that? It would divide a lot of fans, but we love it. But when Raul came on at the end of the game, he showed, that he's still got legs. And the thing about our squad is the age of the squad. But look, the theory is we've got a lot of money to spend and we're going to do a lot of signings this week. That's what people are saying.
Kamal, I'll ask you and Chris this. The big decisions, the penalty for Manchester United and the goal for Manchester United. I'll ask you first, Kamal. Was it a foul in your opinion? Bassi on, I think it was Mount, and then was it a push on Bassi for the goal?
Yeah, you got them both. I mean, what we could see, because it was at the other end, the penalty, we saw a load of bodies falling over each other, and they just looked like they tumbled over each other. And I tuned into the live coverage and I saw it, and I don't think the first one, I think it was, I think he was 2-3 meters away from the ball when it happened. Chris Kavanagh is the one who destroyed us when we played United in the FA Cup. And a lot of us think he doesn't like us. And, most of the decisions, particularly in the first half, were going against us.
Do you think Chris doesn't like you, or are you one of those Fulham fans who thinks he's just all right?
Well, I mean, for me, I like, referees have a really tough job, full stop. And, you should hear the screaming that goes on at them. But Chris, when we heard that he was going to be refereeing this again against United, we thought the FA could have done a better job to not, get our eye going and draw attention to their appointments, because it's very provocative. But Chris,
they have to choose someone. I mean, they have to choose somebody. They can't start taking referees off games.
What do you think, Chris? Did you think, Chris, what did you make of the decisions, if I get my words out?
I'm not getting too head up about them. I think they could have gone either way, Rob.
So what do you think, though?
Do I think it was a foul for the Manchester United goal? 2 arms in the back. You often see them give the one thing you'd say if you're a Manchester.
Was it a foul? Yes or no? Do you think?
No, it wasn't.
Oh. You can push people now in the box.
Well, it wasn't a massive shove, Rob. If I'm a Manchester United fan, here's one for you. I'm still angry about the decision last week for the award of the Arsenal goal. Foul on the goalkeeper.
United fans, can I say something? Can I just say something?
It wasn't.
Go on.
Can I tell you? I drove down here because it's a Sunday and it's a bank holiday. And when I was driving up here, normally there's a parking space but all the United fans live in London. They just took all the parking up. And so, it'd be nice to see some hardcore
you're better than
Mancunians down
here. London and Dorset and Devon. That's where they all live.
Thank you so much for the call, Kamal. So you don't think it was a foul, no?
Well, so did you see, was it, which game was it yesterday? Was it Brentford? Wasn't it? Brentford Villa, where there was did you not see? Oh, no, you were working yourself. But
yeah,
there was
picking up another 3 points. Carry on.
There was a foul given against Martinez where Brentford scored, where Collins had just nudged a little bit Martinez, and the goal was disallowed.
So you don't think now? You can push somebody with two hands, and interfere with a play, head it towards goal.
But all I'm saying is, I'm not getting too head up about it. I think they can go either ways, but the goalkeepers, I think they're overprotected. But I do understand.
They didn't push the goalkeeper.
Hey, I'm talking about the decision last week, Rob, and the Brentford Aston Villa. We have moved on, yeah.
Okay. Kenneth, you're an Everton fan. How are you, Kenneth?
I'm brilliant, thank you.
Good. Come on then, Kenneth. You're Everton. What do you think?
Well, I think it's fantastic. We've got a fantastic new stadium. We've got a fantastic new player in Jack Grealish, albeit he's only on loan. But I'm sure he's now got a magnificent new stadium. He's got fans that appreciate him. He held the ball up so well for us. Obviously, he made both goals. I feel it's a marriage made in heaven. And I'm looking forward to great days. I've been an Everton supporter since my dear dad lifted me over the turnstile in 1953 at Goodison Park. But we've said goodbye to that great old stadium, and now we're in a new era, and it's absolutely fantastic. I loved every minute of today.
And Goodison, I mean, the atmosphere at Goodison used to, I mean, it's really the stands close to the pitch. It used to generate a brilliant atmosphere. What was the atmosphere like today, Kenneth, in the new stadium?
Well, yeah, because the stadium is as intimate as Goodison Park was, because obviously it's very close together. There's very steep stands. Obviously there's no running track around the ground. It's really intimate. And we've got 13,000 more fans in. There are some safe standing areas as well, so they generated a fantastic atmosphere today. Obviously, the players have got to help by playing decent football on the pitch, but they certainly did that today. There's better things to come. I'm sure Moyes knows that we've got, things that we can work on from today, but onwards and upwards, I think it's just fantastic. I think there's a great new era in prospect for us.
So Kenneth, what's the expectation amongst the Everton fans this season? Because last season, David Moyes overachieved, didn't he? Kept you up, essentially. Kept you up so easily. And then the expectation levels, new stadium. I think Everton fans are thinking, well, maybe we could get a sort of 8th place finish or whatever. What are you thinking, Kenneth?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say overachieved last season. I think he obviously galvanised us. That's what we needed.
He didn't overachieve. Well, are you being serious? Last season, the Messi took over. I mean, there was a real possibility of Everton
going down. What are you saying about Sean Dyche? Sean Dyche was a mess, Chris.
Well, they were in a bit of a pickle, weren't they?
Oh, you wouldn't say that to him, would you?
Well, I doubt he comes on the radio anymore. He's on these dating shows, isn't he? Did you see that?
The expectations this season, obviously, first of all, we've got to be completely safe from relegation. We never want to mention the R word ever again at Everton. But then, obviously, we need to be, like you say, pushing for a European place. Because I was saying in the car coming home to my lads, that place on European nights will be absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. I can just try and envisage. I mean, I'm 75 now, and I hope I'm still going to be alive to see us, even in the Champions League. That might take a few years seasons, so I'm not being over-optimistic. But I definitely think, we've got to be pushing for a European place this season, even though it's only after 2 games.
If Everton get a European place, David Moyes should be manager of the season. I mean, he needs a lot more help in terms of players coming into the club. Transfers, doesn't he, Kenneth?
Yeah, he does. And hopefully the boy Diblin from Southampton might be arriving, hopefully. And, yeah, we do need a right back. We probably need 2 full-backs, basically, as cover. So, yeah, there's still some tweaking to do. But, like I say, I think we're on the right lines. That's the point. We're going in the right direction at last as a club. And the fans are ready. I could see today the fans, not just because it was a new stadium, but the fans are ready. They're really... We've been in Liverpool's shadow for too long now, and obviously we need now to... when I was a lad, I know I sound old there, but when I was a lad, we were the top team. Liverpool were in the old second division, obviously, when I was growing up in the 1950s, until Bill Shankly came in. So we need to obviously turn the tables now, and we need to take our rightful place as the top team in Liverpool again.
And do you think, Kenneth, do you
that'll get
feel
a few cop-outs busy, won't it?
Yeah, well, do you think that time is going to come soon? Do you, Kenneth? What's your gut feeling? New stadium,
I definitely
Everton?
feel it will, because the revenue that new stadium's got to generate and everything associated with it, I definitely think it will. But it will take time. But I do think we are going in the right direction. Obviously, David Moyes is knocking on now, so there needs to be a sort of structure in place for somebody to take over from him.
He's not that
eventually.
old,
But
Kenneth. Come on,
well,
Kenneth.
no, I'm probably doing him a disservice here.
Oh,
But,
sorry, David, if you're
hopefully-
listening on the way back.
Yeah, I apologise to him, but the point is that the club's got to put a structure in place. Not to go into the dark days of being threatened with relegation. We don't want those days again. The fans are ready, 100%. They are ready.
Okay.
For a successful team again.
Kenneth, thank you so much for the
Kenneth.
call.
A bit harsh on David Moyes, Rob. Do you think he's too old?
Are you a bit harsh on Sean Dyche as well? Last year, when you see him, face to face, you're all nice, but on the radio, he's quite aggressive.
He's on all these celebrity shows these days, Rob. We don't.
Yeah. Well, hey, tell you what about Spurs? How good are they at the minute?
Oh, brilliant!
Wow.
Their performance yesterday, especially after watching Manchester City
How
last
good are
week.
Spurs right now? Yeah, brilliant, aren't they?
Unbelievable. I think they won. Did they not win 4-0
Still a fan of Spurs?
last season?
Still a fan of Spurs?
Big fan of Thomas Frank.
Big
Rob.
fan of, okay.
Yeah.
Right then, let's go. Jamie, Manchester United fan. How are you, Jamie?
Yes, I'm fine, thanks, lads. Are you?
Yeah, up to 16th.
Progress, yeah. I thought we went into the game today with some real good momentum after last week. I just think after about 40 minutes, that attacking threat seemed to die down a little bit. I think if the penalty goes in, it's a different game. But I think ultimately, if you've got a goalkeeper that can't deal with crosses, you're going to struggle, aren't you, at every level of the game? And I think what I wanted to ask you both really is, if you have a goalie that struggles on crosses, is he better just not staying on his line?
Well, I mean, Rob is the current manager. His Forest Green at top of the which league are you in, Rob?
The National League.
National League, top of the National League. Do you like your goalkeeper to come for crosses, or do you like your goalkeeper to stay on his line, Rob?
Well, you assess the opponent you're playing, and you do your analysis. With my heavy recruitment team, I've got coaches.
Yeah,
for
can we
everything
make
at
this
Forest
about
Green.
Manchester United in general?
Oh, you asked me about Forest Green. What would you do? So again, you target if you see it. But do you remember David De Gea when he first come to Manchester United? It was a similar thing. West Brom away. I remember I was doing the game for 5 Live. When Chris was probably on like Sports Extra or something. When balls were going in the box, they targeted him. So again, if we're playing opposition and we think the goalkeeper's vulnerable from set pieces, you would swing the ball on him. But so far, my goalkeeper, for instance, is good from crosses. So I encourage him to come, and punch or catch or, I'd rather him come than, stay on his line. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and I think last week as well, I thought De Ligt was really good and gave him some protection. But I think a draw is probably the right result. It's difficult to work out with United. You probably still don't know what you're going to get from one week to the next. I know it's very early, but we've played worse than that last season and won games.
So if you just quick, because obviously you're a centre forward, and I don't know where you were from set pieces. You're probably one who'd run and attack it. But if you're playing against Manchester United now, you watch them, you would just do in-swingers on the goalie, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I was at Celtic, Robbie had Alan Thompson, wonderful left foot, Lubo Moravchik, and whipping balls
Great
in on top of the goalkeeper.
Well,
yeah, and when you sort of sense a weakness and goalkeepers, if they're going to stay on the line, I mean, you just load it in on them. It's all about the delivery. Big part of football now, Rob, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a big part of football. That's why there's so many set-piece coaches. Christopher, thank you so much for the call. Jamie, Aryan in Northampton, Manchester United fan. Have I pronounced your name right, Aryan?
It's Aryan, Aaryan.
Oh, sorry.
No, he didn't.
No,
Apologies.
I apologise. Yeah,
apologies, Aryan.
It's all right.
So come on, Manchester United. You must be. I mean, if I was a Manchester United fan, and I'm not, I'd still be quite encouraged about.
You're up to 16th.
The performances this season. You need to look past that, don't you?
You've lost and drew at Fulham.
I think today was a good performance. You know, we put some good crosses in the box, but I just think second half was really lackluster. I thought in the second half, defensive-wise, they were really bad. I thought same as last season, bad on crosses. We've got a keeper who isn't really good at defending. And I thought, again, on crosses, we weren't that good.
And in terms of Manchester United this season and going forward, you feel it's a positive start. I do. Are there any areas of the team where you sense a weakness and where you feel you need to
just said the goalkeeper, Chris. Wake up.
But any other areas?
Firstly, keeper. I think keeper's a big issue. Bayinda and Arna are not a good partnership together. I definitely think they're a good partnership. On corners, we saw that last week. This week again on corners is a little rough. But, I think one issue is a big thing is Bruno. I think Bruno today struggled. I think tracking back, he was quite bad. The second goal was all his fault. I think he was on Smith's row. That would have been a goal kick. But I just think today overall, Bruno didn't have a good game. That penalty as well. I think we need to change up our midfield and get a midfielder.
You'd have Bruno on the bench then, would you?
I wouldn't play Bruno in midfield. I just think, today what you did, and we tried that last week. And what I think is...
Where would you play Bruno?
I wouldn't play Bruno. I think not in midfield.
You'd put him where?
I wouldn't play Bruno.
You wouldn't play him, Rob? He'd be on the bench?
No, I'll play him on the
bench.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible. Yeah.
And you'd play Casemiro ahead of Bruno then, would you?
Yeah, I'll pick Casemiro ahead of Bruno. I would.
And
yeah.
who would be alongside Casemiro in that midfield, in that engine room?
Mount.
And you'd start Šeško up front.
Well, I would. The only thing is he hasn't got that much match practice on him. I thought he didn't play pre-season. That's the only thing with me. He didn't play pre-season.
You've got to throw him in eventually, though, haven't you? Rob, you're a manager at National League level. Rob, what would you do with Šeško and his minutes? Would you throw him in?
Very interesting question, that, Chris, because we've signed 14 players. Obviously, the recruitment's been amazing.
We're talking about proper football here.
Yeah. I think you've got to judge what they do in pre-season, because the way we train, how intense we are, Chris. We've had a couple of lads who didn't do much in pre-season. One's pulled his hamstring and one pulled his quad. Going to be out for 8 weeks.
Overdoing it.
So,
do you have a fitness coach there, or you're not monitoring the training?
Yeah, we've got about 8.
Do you have the heart monitor?